Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to another Sunday morning Teen Justice Academy. Oh, we didn't check for robot voice, but I'm sure someone in channel will let us know if we sound crazy. Hey, everyone. We are here with our lovely friends, the Vice Girls, as they are now known. Not their actual name, so you don't have to keep that. I just made that up in the moment. But yeah, we're going to pick up the story from where we left off. And you know what? If you are not caught up with the story, that's totally fine. Just hang out and chill. And then head on over to cpluscontent.tv and check out the Teen Justice Academy channel or playlist. And we've got it all nicely laid out. And you can see how things went from fine to what they are now, which is
Hot trash.
sure. It's also fine, maybe.
Fine, but with fire in the background.
Fire and smoking craters, and yeah, it's fine. And it's only going to get better. Yeah, there's nowhere to go from here but up, except the other direction. Hey, why don't we introduce ourselves to folks? This time, let's go with Tough first.
Hey, I am Tough for 98 Tough Love, or Tough for Torf for Torpleton, or some other variety of nickname. You'd think I'd remember this spiel by now. I've only done it like 5,000 times. I am a variety streamer on Twitch. I play lots of different games. Sometimes I run games like this. I play in lots of different masks campaigns. I think I'm in 5 now. So, non-stop masks. I am playing Spectre, who is the scion or the kid of a villain. She's also the kid of a hero, which has not caused any problems whatsoever because Spectre never keeps secrets and just tells everyone everything and is brutally honest about her feelings all the time. So yeah, everything's great. She's fine. Go Mish.
Hello, I'm Misha _less than 3 or at Misha Weha on Twitter. And I'm playing Tilder, also known as Tilly. She's a newborn. I think everything for her is going fine. She missed a lot of the drama that happened during the field trip that everyone went on. So she got back from the Aegis Inquest because she's made it with alien technology and they didn't tell anybody about that, but it's fine now. They definitely didn't try to lie a bit about anything during that thing that maybe conflicts with our new truth-telling ways here. But that's neither here nor there. She's doing great. Next is this way. Richie.
Hi, I'm Rachie H. I haven't streamed in a while. We'll hopefully get back to it soon. I have just done my first offline battle of stream raiders for ages today, and I've just lost one. So I'm a bit brokenhearted right now. It's a token chest. No, it's all right. I'm okay. It's fine. Let's move on. I am playing Resonance or Isla or Lala, and yeah, she didn't write a song about anyone or anything to get her emotions out about everything that happened, and is kind of just going with the flow. It seems like just rocking up with people in a house, and going up and getting dressed up and causing a bit of mayhem, but not illegal mayhem. That's not how she rolls. And yeah, was last seen talking to Tilly about soya beans, which she knows all about anyway. So yeah, fruitful day for Resonance. Zodi?
Hi, I'm the original Zodi. I play Fade. This is the only mask game I'm in. I don't stream anymore. I'm not cool like these other guys. Fade is the reincarnation style of my original character, who was Paradigm. She kind of went crazy. And was taken away to the Aegis base, where they fixed her. They made her okay and stable, and now she's trying to make things okay and stable with her friends, who aren't really her friends right now. They don't like her, and she's not okay. She will be eventually, but she's not okay right now. SJ.
Meanwhile, Aegis is like, no, don't lay all your stuff on us. You're
It's all
we
your
didn't
fault.
fix you. So just like, we have a reputation to uphold. Anyway, hey, SJ.
Yeah, I'm SJ or SJ Sidekick. I do not stream either, but I play a lot of games on here, run a couple games. Like I've done Spectrum Squad, which is like a Power Rangers thing, and Kids on Brooms, which is like a Harry Potter style thing. I'm playing Devin, who was formerly Impasse. She was a protege, so she was a sidekick to her mentor Impact. Some drama there, so she has left Impact and rebranded, so she is now Deadlock because her powers are power mimicry, so she can duplicate whoever's power she's in proximity with, essentially putting them on equal ground, putting them at an impasse or deadlock. So she's going through a little bit of a rebel phase right now, so her playbook's a bit mashed up with the delinquent, just for that flavor, but I'm sure it'll go fine.
Deadlock the Rebel. I only trained for 2 hours today.
Right. Yeah, it's a minor rebellion, but a rebellion nonetheless.
Right. Cool. Hey, so sorry, I'm 0 Daylight. I do a lot of that narrating stuff online. Hey, what happened last time?
We all talked about our feelings
Sort
a
of.
bit in separate groups.
Didn't it start with Spectre or Fade?
Fade, I think.
Yeah.
Start with Fade.
So it's at her new foster parents' house, who are Martin and
Marie.
2 M names. I remembered that.
Hey,
It
Marie
started
Murphy.
there.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Marie Murphy, who are awesome. They are also former harbingers. But they've been cured of their time travel psychosis. So they don't believe all that looming apocalypse kind of doomsday prophecy kind of stuff anymore. And Fade got read for trash by her counselor. He's a good counselor. And you know what? If you aren't caught up, one of the themes of the first couple of issues was that Deadlock and Resonance kind of butted heads. I mean, we're respectful. I mean, they respected each other, but there was like a lot of disagreement. But now things have started to turn. And in fact, Deadlock has showed up at Resonance's place, and Resonance was very mature and conciliatory and offered Devin a place to stay. And they gave Dave, the chef, a heart attack a couple of times. And then Tilly showed up, and Spectre stayed with her mom, and then stuff started to happen, right? Like what?
Yeah, my
A
my
bird
robot
blew up.
butler started coming at me, and I kicked its head off, and there was a letter inside, which everybody else also received via bird that exploded and implanted invitation inside of algebra math book that we assume is from Venom. Fade took it to her foster parents, who took it to Aegis. Aegis said, hey, you're going on this mission with your team, whether you like it or not, so get them on board. Spectre and Fade met up. Meanwhile, Resonance, Tilly, and Deadlock decided to go rebel mode, so disguised themselves and
Ran around town causing light nuisance.
light nuisance, minor inconveniences. They passed outside the coffee shop where Spectre and Fade were. We all had very deep conversation about what happened at the end of the last issue. And then a bunch of heroes showed up and started fighting us and called us the Vice Girls. And we did pretty good, actually, holding our ground against several established heroes.
I mean, they weren't
Ultimately,
trying, but
we were defeated and told that
Deadlock
we were
was trying.
that's true. That's
I
true.
mean, Spectre was trying too, because she didn't know what was going on.
Like Misha said in the background, every time it flashed to Devin, Rage Against the Machine was playing.
So we did that, and then we ended with I think Deadlock was negotiating pay. Spectre and Fade were being angsty in the back of a truck, and Tilly and Resonance were talking
About soybeans.
about soybeans. That's right. You were talking to the Green Guardian,
Gamma Guardian.
Gamma Guardian, that one.
Yep.
And yeah, so now we get to go be supervillains with Venom.
Yes. As expected, once the word of your super teams falling out, or it's really more like fallout. I mean, when there's a crater 50 feet deep, I think it qualifies as fallout. I think you just probably suspected that Venom might try to reach out and recruit you. And in fact, they did. And so through those messages, you were able to decrypt the little puzzle and find that it leads you to a set of coordinates that are about 500 miles off the coast in the middle of the Atlantic. And through Fade, Aegis has provided the instruction that you are to allow yourselves to be recruited. And the whole kind of show put on with Lady December, the Mr. Mantis and the Gamma Guardian, was really just to kind of establish your bona fides as rebellious youths, so that it is more believable that you are willing to hear Venom out. So yeah, anything else that we missed? Cool. So yes, you are currently in the middle of a soybean field in the kind of farmlands far outside Halcyon City. You can see it there on the horizon, kind of shining, like Metropolis. And yeah, you have spoken to Lady December. She's laid some things out. Gamma Guardian and Tilda had some, I'm sure, informative, if not super comfortable, conversation about how the Steel Swarm invades and subjugates systems. He seems very curious about your makeup. And I think Fate and Spectre are sitting in the back of the Aegis paddy wagon, not talking to each other, looking at their phones. So yeah, cool. So what happens?
So I was negotiating.
Oh yeah, you were negotiating.
Oh, that's right.
Payment and stuff. You probably start with that.
Resources. And you were talking to Lady December, if I remember correctly.
I'm negotiating for myself, by the way. I'm not the leader of the team anymore. This team.
I don't think the rest of us really noticed or paid attention to that fact. So
Most of us have homes and money, so
Yeah.
Wow.
Deadlock is
Burn. Got
definitely
her.
looking to start anew with new resources. So
Well, I think the last that we heard is you say about discussing payment, and then Lady December just kind of went, come talk over here. So we don't really know what's going on anyway.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we can find I mean, it does make sense, right? I mean, especially since your last hideout was destroyed. How do you feel about that? How does Impact feel about that?
I don't care. I've outgrown him.
Okay. You may not realize this. I have kids. So I know that telling you that this is all just normal stuff.
Quick question. Can I do a reading the files to see if I've
reading what files?
know her kids? Like in the past, have I known from my experience with Impact that she has kids and who they are?
Oh, I think it's probably well known that she has a couple of kids. Yeah, and they're adopted. And she's kind of an Angelina Jolie in that she largely has kept them away from the media eye. So there's like only like spotty coverage of them. And, you know, a couple of them are kind of like in their awkward teen phase. So she's always been pretty cautious. And that's one of the reasons that she has retired or partially retired from active heroing to run her business. Because she's got kids that she wants to take care of and keep protected. But so she definitely has a couple of kids that are maybe a little bit younger than you, but kind of in the same age range. So she gets a very kind of knowing look on her face. It's like, look, I get the whole teen rebellion thing. So it's fine.
This is different.
Well, is it though?
Yes.
You found out that your mentor was a human being with flaws and foibles and a past and a full life, and maybe hadn't made the best choices. That's kind of what happens when you grow up. All I'm trying to say is it's okay. I'm not trying to invalidate your feelings, sweetie. I'm just saying you're not the first and you won't be the last to realize that your parent figure is an imperfect person. I'm just saying don't be too hard on yourself. Anyway, I'm sure we can set you up with like, oh, you know, we could probably set you up in, oh, how about one of the old warehouses on the south side of town?
Yeah, I was thinking more straight cash so that Aegis doesn't have access or know what I'm doing.
Oh, honey, no. But we can set you up, oh, like above a nightclub, right? And, you know, like with a training room and some cool gadgets and, you know, we'll give you a computer system. We can get that set up.
An Aegis computer system.
Well, yeah. I mean, it has access to the internet. Besides, if you want to do something super rebellious and sneaky and you don't want us to know about it, I mean, you have like an alien AI robot. I'm sure she can figure that out.
Mm-hmm. I still want cash, though, as well. So I want to design a new costume and everything and buy my own stuff.
I'm sure we can work out a stipend. Hey, you're the one that came to negotiate with me.
You're the one that attacked me and brought me here against my will. What are you talking about?
We're protecting the Earth, sweetie.
I don't need to do this.
Well,
you came to us.
That's true. Well, technically, Venom came to you. And then we obviously
I didn't get an invitation.
How do you know?
I'm just going to interrupt your conversation. By the way, I'm just going to completely obliviously walk up and be like, oh my God, Devon, I'm just really embarrassed myself.
But
I've just been talking to Tilly about soya beans for half an hour. And then I just really, Tilly knows everything. She could just scan the internet.
Right.
So embarrassing. What are you guys talking about? I was talking seriously. Soya beans, half an hour. Ridiculous.
Oh, I'm pretty embarrassed too, actually. This Lady December here is treating me like a child.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, you know, she's just acting like I'm just going through some phase and trying to throw a little base at me as if that, you know, like, oh, here's a clubhouse, sweetie. Go do our bidding.
Oh. Mm.
Yes. I mean, she's not entirely wrong, but I said it with a smile. By the way, you were great out there.
Thanks. So, I mean, like I said, you're welcome to stay at my house anyway, so I guess.
I mean, you can do that too. That would save that would help with Aegis's balance sheet if we don't have to. But I think Devin has a point that at least keeping up the appearance of establishing a new base is probably a good thing.
But then if it's Devon's, like, how Devon wants to reinvent themselves, and, like, shouldn't they then get a say in what that is, rather than you.
It's Aegis.
telling
They want to
them.
control everything and see what I'm doing and what we're all doing.
I mean, but see, as I said, you have an alien AI robot who can, I'm sure, find ways to foil. I mean, we're not going to have cameras in there. You're teenagers. No one wants to watch that. I just have a responsibility to make sure that you're A, safe, and B, not actually becoming supervillains.
Yeah. She's either lying or she's naive. I don't know which, but
Well, I forgot that you know all about Aegis. Yeah, give residents a wink. Look, I'm sorry. I just can't resist. You so remind me of my kids. Always just like, yeah. I'm like, you can do whatever you want, honey. And then it's like, well, I want to do this. It's like, you'll die. No, there's no absolute permission. Look, I have restrictions. I can't just go do what I want. You think sometimes I don't get frustrated and want to like freeze over the entire city? Or like, you know, just like coat all the streets with ice so people careen off so I can get to where I need to go quicker? Of course I do. That's the temptation of power. But I don't do it because I'm a hero. And like it or not, so are you, Devin.
yeah, you're under the assumption that Aegis is in the business of just superheroes. But
I mean, it's literally our charter. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Do I
yeah, no,
start backing
organizations
up
don't have
really
their own
slowly at this
personal
point, like,
agendas based on who's at the top. But
Okay. You have been reading MFK's blogs way too much. That conspiracy theory nonsense. So,
I've slowly backed away and I'm near Tilda now. Because I'm like, I don't know what to do.
and she's, by the way, not remotely perturbed because she's a mom. And she's just like, it's fine. You do you. Go get your little mohawk and your little nose piercing. It'll be fine. Yes, go ahead and get a tattoo. It can always be removed. You're fine.
Tilly,
Just don't get one on your face.
we need to create a distraction because Lady December's over there giving Devon like a parent talk. And I don't think it's going well because I think Devon's going through parental issues anyway. So I think it's going down like a lead balloon.
Oh, I know how to create a distraction
What are we
immediately.
going to do?
I'll walk over and say, I learned a great deal about soybeans today.
No,
Would you like
no,
some soybeans, Rex?
No,
No, it's too late. I'm already started. I'm listing out soybean facts with the two of them.
It's LDR. Except it's the
Right.
Tilly, actually, it's good you're here. I need you to write up a contract.
Sure, I can do that. Let me just. Yep, there's legal law. All right, let's go.
Yeah. I don't want any monitoring devices. I want wired cash, unmarked. I don't want them tracing it or anything. And like, I don't care if they give us a base, that's fine. We'll use it for maybe this mission. I just want enough money that I can eventually make my own place.
I like the please at the end. Like, this is my demand. Please.
Please. Please, though, actually.
No. But we'll get you some money. How about 100K? That should be enough. You're going to have to share with your friends, though. Look, any more than that,
There's
I have
40K.
any more than that, I have to get approval. Tell you what, 100K and I'll give you 20K of my own personal money. I do really well. I mean, the dolls alone.
Fine.
And that'll just be a little bonus for me. Get yourself something pretty. Or dark and edgy and spiky. Whatever makes you feel
Okay,
good.
I already said deal.
All right. Cool. I do have one one condition on that though.
Oh, of course.
Well, you got to send me snaps of whatever it is you buy. Not with 100K, just like if you get anything cool that you think is awesome, just send me a snap. Here, I'll give you my Insta.
Resonance.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Here, sweetie. Take pictures of Devin looking super cool and send them to me. It's a condition of the money.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Cool. All right.
I write up the verbal contract and send it as an email to both Lady December and Devin.
Yeah. She leaves it unread.
Which is basically,
she didn't care. Cool.
money.
All right. So do you ladies need to write back?
I am also
or do you want to stay here and like
Devin
have a conversation?
Small ukulele. I'm like, it's not a guitar. It's not a guitar. But it'll do just fine. It's my travel smash.
Beautiful. A little you have a little stash of balsa wood ukuleles just in case. Perfect. So do you ladies need to write back or are you okay? Maybe you want to like talk out here. Work some things out. I'll take that as a yes. Okay, bye.
Bye.
She'll climb back into one of the big kind of stretch K-car situations. And then that and the paddy wagons will drive off down a dusty dirt road. You are now in the country. What happens?
Resonance, can you show me the thing she was talking about? The
Instagram.
Insta snap? No, yeah. That.
Insta snap. Yeah, here. I'm just passing my phone.
Devin's going to need to create one of these videos.
Oh, I'll do this for you. Don't worry. Like, I can get my team to do this for you if you want. Like, to be honest, do you want an image consultant? Because I've got one of those on like standby. And once you like discovered who you are, like I'm not going to tell you who you are, but once you've discovered who you are, my image consultant can totally hook you up with like the clothes and everything you want, and then like set up your profiles and stuff. You don't even need to worry about it.
I'm going to lean over as you scroll, and I'll be like, "Oh, I took that picture when we were fighting that guy. I took that picture after we won that battle.
Yeah,
I took that picture when we went out for coffee."
Who needs a timestamp when you have a Tilly?
That's right.
Yeah, Tilly, have you just
She's
thought of
also
giving up
pointing
superheroing
out-
and just becoming a photographer?
She's also pointing out the good times that we had.
Way to ruin
You only
Fade.
take pictures
Yeah.
times also.
You're not supposed to point that out verbally.
We're all like smiling, and then Spade says that, and we all just like,
Well, I mean, was that Fade saying that, or was that
that's a good
Zodi?
question.
Because I was going to say, like,
No, it was
that-
definitely Zodi.
I
Okay.
was going to say,
Jade is minding her business off over,
Okay.
in a corner somewhere.
Okay.
yeah, Fade and
Looking at her
Spectre are still
phone.
in the van.
Okay. Well, Fade isn't in the van anymore because the van
No,
drove off.
Oh yeah, true.
So
true.
Fade is standing over next to a ditch
Nice.
Spectre standing next to another ditch.
on the other side, and you're both pretending
the
to look
other
at your
side.
phones. Cool.
well,
So what happens?
In retrospect, there are no stores in the countryside.
There's that.
We probably should have gotten a ride back.
Probably.
I mean, that's okay. I can call a driver. Like,
Yeah, it would
that'll
be a
take,
little
like,
hard to carry all of you.
yeah. I mean, I can definitely call a driver if you want me to. That's not a problem. I'll do it now. Deep, 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 deep. Deep.
Okay. They'll be there in about 30 minutes.
Cool. So meanwhile, we're in a field. So, what did you negotiate?
we get 20K each. And then Lady December is given an extra little 20Ks on the condition I send her pictures of.
Oh yeah, that's
Bye-bye.
yeah. Okay, cool.
We didn't really ask them exactly what they wanted us to do other than show up and pretend to infiltrate, right?
Right,
No,
I
no, did any
purposely
of
left
us
that out
agree to
because
it?
that way we don't really have technically strong obligations, but I mean, basically, we have to at least go there.
And in theory, we're the Vice girls or whatever.
Yeah, Teddy, can you look up who the hell they are?
Okay,
Do
Yeah.
they even exist, or are we like new people?
You do find, Tilly, a number of news items and opinion pieces and blogs and stuff about the Vice Girls, including a growing series by the anonymous blogger TMK, MFK, who is apparently a big fan. But it's all very, very recent. And even the things that are dated from last week, you can tell have a publication date of today. So they've been like post dated, like the timestamp as someone was reading it, but you reading the digital file. It looks like someone is busy trying to create the appearance that some new group of villains known as the Vice Girls have just recently arrived in town and caused a ruckus. But prior to that, there's no reference.
Great, well,
Right.
there goes my normal, like my new disguise that I used to just mess around in town. Got to find a new one now.
We can get new outfits.
I
Shopping.
think we should spend some of Aegis's money right now on new outfits.
Yeah, once we're back in town, says Tilly, looking out at the soybean fields.
Well, you know what? There is a little small town, maybe a 15-minute walk from here. They probably have a general store.
Oh, hopefully it's full of leather jackets and
Yeah.
sunglasses.
You never know. Matching overalls.
I don't do
Cowboy
general
hats.
stores. I
Come on, well,
can't.
we can redirect
Unless
your
it's
driver.
Target.
It is not.
We can
It's
go.
not
We can
rated
go
RJ.
live it up in the quaint town and see what they have for sale. Come on, let's go, everybody!
Okay, well, let me just update the car.
Everybody!
Yeah.
Cool. So you trundle down the dusty road, meet up on a county road, and then walk about 15, 20 minutes into the little town of Birch Hollow. It's a very quaint, one of those
Plug it in.
little towns that time forgot.
Use the blue charger because
It
that's
could
a
be.
charge
You're
while you're
unmuted.
watching.
It could be
Well,
the
Go get it
50s.
then.
So you're not.
So-
Zodi mute.
So you're not muted.
Uh-oh.
Zodi
Which
mute.
is the gray one?
I don't know if
Zodi
you
mute.
can hear us. Zodi.
Zodi deafened herself, so
Oh my
muting.
god, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. As Fade has a full-on dissociative moment and just starts talking to the
I
air.
mean, it fits, honestly.
Yeah.
She went mom mode and didn't understand why she couldn't charge her phone with the black and white cable when the blue cable is clearly superior.
Yeah. So if it weren't for the fact that most of the cars are of a newer model, this could be the 50s or the 60s or the 70s. But yeah, there's a little soda shop. There's a little burger joint. There's a pharmacy. There's a bookstore of all things. And yes, in fact, there is a general store, little auto repair shop. This is a one stoplight town. What happens?
So
is there a tattoo shop?
Sure.
Okay.
People in the country need tats too.
It's with the general store.
General store
The
and tattoo
general
parlor.
store.
Sure.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
the auto shop. It's a tattoo parlor.
Mm,
Oh no, it's still the auto shop
sounds
too. The
sanitary.
mechanic is the one who does the
Love
tats.
that one.
Sure.
Ugh. I'm gonna get a
Sounds
mass infection from that,
sanitary.
but all right.
So what do? We see an
Yeah.
establishing shot of the four of you walking down this main street.
Only the four of us.
5 of you walking down this main street. Is that me? I can't count. Walking down this main street, maybe kind of a little bit more evenly spaced out. It's very sort of gang of notorious rustlers make their way into Deadwood sort of vibe. Except the people in town are like, "Hi, good to see you. Nice weather we're having today, isn't it?" And then just like, keep going about their business.
Fade is gonna calmly and quietly ask Tilly if she could scan to see if these people are robots, because they feel like robots.
They're not robots, Fade.
They're just
This is
normal
how
people.
people act in small towns, according to much media.
That's so weird.
It's good to experience other cultures.
Definitely weird when
It's outside the
people
city.
act friendly towards each other. I'm sure that's quite a shock to you.
All right, well, I'm gonna go get a drink.
What?
Does anybody want anything?
I think I need some popcorn.
Sure.
I don't actually want popcorn, but thanks.
Oh,
Gonna
no
explore
problem.
the general store.
All right.
Yeah, that's probably where I'm going to go get Star Rock or something.
Yes. Okay. So, where is everyone going? So, Deadlock and Spectre are heading into the general store.
I'm also going in the general store.
Fade's gonna sit outside.
There's a lovely park bench. It's got big petunia planters on either side.
Perfect. She's
There's a
just gonna
dedication
sit
plaque
right there.
to the 1982 AA baseball championship.
I'm gonna go in, but then notice that Fade's gone and sat themselves on a bench. So I'm gonna begrudgingly walk over.
Okay. So what's going on in the general store?
Deadlock is refusing to give in to the self-pity of Fade once more. He's just walking around, burning time.
Okay.
I'm just
Not
grabbing
wallowing in self-pity.
snacks.
She's waiting for the car.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, away from all, but yeah, okay.
I'm just waiting for the car. So,
like grabbing snacks. I do grab a thing of popcorn, but like the I don't know, fancy popcorn. And like
well,
the
there
little
is
bag.
actually here in Bertala is the home of Granny's popcorn.
Perfect.
It's the
I'll grab
kind where it's like a
several of
big
those.
ball of various different flavored stuff. Some of them are real weird. There's like a lavender and rose flavor. There's a curry flavor. There's a beef flavor.
I reckon curry flavour is actually quite nice. It's gonna
I'm
be
just
might be.
grabbing all of them.
So yeah,
Grabbing as many
there's
flavors as I can carry.
there's some of those big cellophane bags that have like a sampler, like a 5 sampler flavor sampler of like little balls.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm grabbing a bunch of those. I'm
One of them's sriracha.
just like, these are interesting. I'm gonna try all of them.
Cool.
Hey.
And she's like, I just got 20K.
I mean,
And
yeah,
half of it on
also-
popcorn.
press one, baby.
Right. You're like 20K. That's cute.
Yeah, I've had a credit card since I was 6. Like,
Right.
you want anything, Devin?
I'm looking around for clothes.
Yeah, it's a lot of like there's a lot of patterns. It's a lot of like faux Aztec out here, and then a lot of like Western shirts. Now Deadlock might have noticed they do have like big clunky like leather work boots. They got jeans. They probably have leather jackets. I mean, it's a big general store. There's like a feed section. You can buy everything from a saddle to a weed whacker to toilet paper to, you name it.
Go to the clothes section and put my pile of popcorn down and just start throwing on random clothes and be like, does this one look good? What about this one? Tilly, do they look good?
Yes.
You're lying.
I don't know if I
Terrible.
have the appropriate subjective parameters. They look good, but if we are trying to look like villains, I don't think the plaid is going to work.
Oh, wait, come on, plaid's evil.
Oh, pink gingham dress.
Oh, yes.
They'll never see it coming.
Devin, I found the perfect outfit for you.
I will smother you with it.
I'd like to see you try.
Oh, really?
I'm going to scooch back the popcorn and say, it is villainous to start fights in the middle of a store.
Mm-hmm. You realize I have more powers than you, right? Like I could just take yours and whoever's nearby.
Kelly, scoot back a little farther.
I don't think I can get out of their range and also observe the fight.
Come on,
Maybe we can save this for a later time. But, Tilly says, grabbing the dress, we'll take it.
Yes.
Cool. Meanwhile, as all this has happened, the guy behind the counter, kind of a, probably like mid-30s sort of hayseed guy. He got a straw hat on inside, which is weird. And Tilly, you can probably just by looking, because you notice so many details, you can tell, like, I don't know, because like he's like his teeth have been bleached and he's had a manicure recently, and he's got like very like artistically sculpted stubble, and you're pretty sure that the straw hat is, I mean, while not couture, it's a replica. It's a fashion statement. So he's probably playing up the country vibe. I mean, they're right next to a major metropolis, so this is very touristy. And he doesn't seem to flinch. It's like people talking about causing a ruckus. He's like, whatever. Well, hi there, ma'am. How can I help you? This is the Northwest, so there's no reason for him to talk that way other than to satisfy tourists.
They talking to us?
Yeah, which man is he talking to?
Well, Tilly just moved up to the counter.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yes, we would like to purchase these things, and I'll throw down a dress, along with anything else that seemed to fit the category of we could rebel in it.
Yeah, sure. So you're saying
all the popcorn.
Yeah,
and
right.
the popcorn.
Yeah, I'll walk up with the popcorn and just spread it on the counter.
They're all going full on alternative. This is great.
Yes. So you just like load up a irresponsible. Well, all right, like a bag or a box for all this stuff.
Yeah, maybe a couple bags.
We got some burlap sacks out back.
Sure.
Kind of smell like oats, but all right.
Cool.
So he'll just stuff all your stuff into a series of burlap sacks.
Good. It is very rustic.
Spray paint some money signs on them.
Yeah.
Right.
Just not fake.
Anything else I can do for you?
No.
All right.
We're good.
Well, y'all come back now. You hear? Kind of tips his hat at you. Meanwhile, Resonance and Fade. What's going on out there?
Okay, so I walk over to Fade. What are you doing?
Sitting.
Right. You know how this looks.
Minding my business. Look, y'all don't want me here.
Looks, though. Right. So before the whole Lady December, everybody came and attacked us stuff. We were having a conversation, yeah? And I said to you about you not wanting drama, but you causing drama.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to hint something to you that basically you segregating yourself from the group. Like right now we've been put in a situation where we all have to be together, and you choosing to take yourself and sit on this bench by yourself, how do you think that looks to everybody else? Regardless of why you intended to do it, how do you think that looks to everybody else?
I know exactly how it looks, and
but you're also
guys,
thinking you know how we feel again. You're saying you don't want me here. Nobody wants me here. Did anybody say that?
No.
So you're choosing not to be around us and not give us the opportunity to do anything about it. You can't expect to come back or for us to come back and just be fine with each other. But if you take yourself away from us, then that just doesn't solve anything, and it makes it look like you're trying to, you know, come out here for sympathy. So that might sit wrongly with some people. I'm not saying you are. I'm saying
I know how it comes off and how it looks, but in all honesty, any money that I make from this is put into an account that is heavily monitored. I don't have money to spend, so I'm not going to go into a store and look at cute things and, you know, get into all of this stuff when I can just sit here and say, hey guys, the car is here. We can go.
Okay, cool. I get that. But maybe it's not so much about whether you go in there but I could go and buy that whole shop. You know how much money I have, right? It's not so much about whether you buy anything or not. You could go in and maybe try and just experience something with the people in there. You know, you don't have to buy anything. No one's going to make you buy anything. And if you really wanted something, I'd buy it for you. You know I would, because it's not a thing for me. And I know that's not nice or not fair for people who are in your financial situation. But all I'm saying is it's not about the money right now. It's about the experience.
And right now the experience is I don't want to be around deadlock or impasse or whatever the hell she's going by right now. I so much as open my mouth and she's jumping down my throat. So it's just easier for me to keep my mouth shut.
Okay, but
she literally jumped down my throat because I asked Tilly to make sure that things were safe around here, that we're not dealing with alternative robots.
But right now she's hurting and she's lashing out, and also you take so much to heart that isn't necessarily about you, and you're kind of making it about you. Like, Devon's stuff isn't about you. Devon's stuff is about Devon and the fact that she doesn't know who the hell she is anymore, because everything that she thought was true was, to her, I guess, a lie. Like, I don't know, I'm not her, but all I'm saying is, from appearance sake, she found out something quite huge about everything she was and stood for, and that's an extreme thing to go through. And I think she's just got a lot on. And all I'm saying is, yeah, she might be a bit more snappy and stuff like that, but I don't know. I'm going to give her a break, you know? But all I'm saying is, if you want to build a bridge, maybe don't burn it.
I think that calls for comfort and support.
Me? I got wrong, damn it. Here we go. How many times do I have to cover it with support? I'm not mundane.
I know.
I got a 7.
You had a little bit from last session.
Yeah, I got a 7. What's my mundane? My mundane. So it's a 6.
We have things if you would like to use them.
Do You just want me to bring it up by...
We have 12 minor boons.
We have
so
12
we
minor
could
boons, and
just bump it to 'em.
and
then
narrative
minor
better has just been
does-
upgraded, which means it makes it much easier to spend multiple. So if you would like, you could literally spend 6. Well, we wouldn't have to spend 6. You could literally spend 4 minor boons to get that to a 10.
Do you think it's worth that?
I don't know.
This is as
Or at least one to make it a hit.
yeah, I just think
Yeah.
1 and just make it the 7.
Okay.
Because the 7's a success, right?
Yeah, 7, 6, 7. The difference is that at a 10 plus, there's a benefit to you as well.
Oh, I don't need a benefit. I'm okay.
Okay. All right, then. Well, so yes, now the question is, how does Fade choose? So your heart, you hear it, like it resonates, it gets through to you. You may mark potential clear condition or shift labels if you open up.
I think she's thinking.
Okay.
Thinking.
Okay.
That's a good question. What?
We'll say there's as the panel focuses in on Fade's face, there's an overlay panel up in the corner, and it is Quentin Rodriguez.
God damn it.
Just days before saying, while you may, while it's important to own your piece, it's also going to be very important not to make it all about you. And of course, Resonance wasn't there to hear that. But I think what gets through to you is the part that she's saying kind of the same thing.
Yeah. No, I think I'm gonna go ahead and remove a condition with the insecurity.
How'd you open up?
That's a good question, because I don't know. She'll say, I'll try. That's all I can do right now is try. I'll try as hard as I can. Because, I would like for us to kind of get back to the happy times. Can't hear you.
No, I was signing sorry to SJ because I was typing. Well, all you can ask is that you could try. I mean, you could do that by getting up and walking into the store with me? Question mark.
Yeah, we could do that. I heard they got some really neat flavors of popcorn here.
I'm going to buy a hat.
As soon as you walk in, Spectre pelts you in the face with a popcorn ball.
Right. So
They have
yeah,
coffee flavored.
yeah, they do. So as the shopkeep is busy stuffing all the purchases into the burlap sacks, and Spectre, Tilda, and Deadlock are kind of up there. Behind you come Residence and Fade with even more piles of stuff. And in fact, Residence and Fade did find a whole other section for the flavored popcorns that Spectre had missed. And there's coffee, which of course Fade would find. It's like Fade's. And Fade doesn't have the psychic powers so much anymore. They're all channeled into different stuff. But somehow the existence of coffee popcorn just called out to her somehow through time. And then there's all kinds of like weird ones. There's like a ball that has a bunch of weird jelly beans in it.
Is there a rainbow one with like just rainbow shapes?
For sure.
That one.
And like just weird. There's like a corn flavored one, which is weird, but it's like
popcorn.
Well, it's like cream corn flavor. So it's weird. It's kind of like kettle corn, but it's a weird situation. There's all kinds of and like licorice and.
Is kettle corn those weird triangular ones?
No, it's not quite caramel corn, but it has a sweetness to it.
Okay. What are the weird triangle ones you have at Halloween? That like
the candy corn.
White, then yellow candy corn.
There is a candy corn popcorn. So you've got a whole bunch of like an irresponsible amount. The good news is the stuff is the process makes it shelf stable for years. So
she's Fade's gonna like look at the popcorn. And obviously she's gonna say anything you buy me, I will pay you back for. It's just, my stuff is at Aegis. Or at home.
Which can pay me back.
Very weird thing for her to say, but she's gonna look at the popcorn and she's going to like pick specific flavors that are geared towards the three who can consume popcorn. And then she's gonna look at her and go, how do I buy Tilly popcorn? She doesn't eat.
Can pay me back by describing every flavor in
You have to eat all the disgusting ones and then describe in detail what they are like.
Yes. Instead of being boozled, we're going to have popcorn boozled.
Yes.
And just set up a whole spinning wheel with all the popcorn flavors.
So she's going to get, naturally one of the espresso flavored popcorn for Spectre. She's going to get unicorn popcorn for Resonance. She's gonna get like the hyper super colored bright rainbowy popcorn that reminds her of Impass's original linings on her uniform. And she's not gonna get anything for herself. Because she understands that she understands that, at some point they are going to be taste testing these. And it's not about her, it's about her friends.
Yeah, you get pelted in the face with a bag of coffee flavored popcorn as soon as you walk up to the register.
Yeah. Cool. So the guy loads up even more sacks. And by the time you are done and walk out into the bright sunshine and fresh air of Birch Holler, there's a big stretch limo. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, they do have like fancy sunglasses. Yes. So Residence comes out in like a plaid shirt and little cut off shorts and some cowboy boots and big sparkly glasses and a straw hat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect disguise. Oh. Wow.
Oh no.
This one.
Yeah, that one's
Oh my god.
And then yes, the driver is like, he notices you guys come out, but then he's obviously looking for something in someone else.
Sorry.
Oh,
I don't know
no.
what's happening. I don't know what's happening now. I'm now Birdman.
Residence has gotten into the popcorn and started mixing flavors and is starting to feel a little bit weird.
I don't know what happened then. Oh god. I'm so sorry. Okay.
But the driver's kind of looking around like he's expecting someone. glances at you guys and doesn't make the connection.
That's
So-
okay. We'll just enter the car anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm waiting for someone. This isn't a taxi.
us.
Just hi.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry, I just had a weird hat on.
Okay. All right. Where to, ma'am?
Oh, let's go home.
Okay. And so, yes, you were all in the back of the limousine. And we'll say, montage of popcorn testing. And, you can see the driver looking back there and just seeing the popcorn going everywhere. And he starts to speak up and then realizes he shouldn't, but he just gets more and more pained looking as the popcorn starts to fly in the back seat.
Locke also grabs the aux and plays heavy death metal.
Oh, right. At that point, he just raises the window up, but not before a splash of popcorn makes it through the gap and then lands in his lap. And he just looks down, and then eat some of it. But yes, you pull up outside Isla's home. What happens?
The car, brush off the popcorn.
Yeah,
I
there's
throw
so much
some over the back
popcorn.
of Locke's head. Way out.
Take all
Give
their
him a
stuff.
tip, just give him a bag of popcorn.
Jalapeno. Okay.
Yep.
Really good, actually.
All right.
Mix it with the cheddar ones.
So, what happens?
I assume that we head upstairs to Resonance Room, all of us, to plan our villainy and entrance and so on, because we need to go to the island or whatever, right?
Yes.
So we should get villain outfits and cool villain names. I got a list of villain things. I've updated my rebel list to villain rebel list.
Can I see the list?
No, it's in my head.
Oh. Well, if we're going to do this, though, then we need to... we'll go to my room, because it's the biggest one. What time is it in the day?
It's probably mid-afternoon at this point. Maybe late
Okay.
afternoon.
I know it's mid-afternoon, but this calls for a slumber party. So I'll get pizzas ordered. We're going to have a montage of us going through magazines and cutting out pictures to make our villainous outfits and identities.
Is there going to be a pillow fight? I heard slumber parties.
100%.
I
I've got
have
the
also
best
heard
pillows.
there are pillow fights.
Best pillows. I've got the best. I've got a
This could
cupboard
be real dangerous.
just dedicated pillow fight pillows. Don't worry, Dave will get them. He's not just a chef. He also acquires pillows for pillow fights. I've got matching pajamas. Well, when I say matching, they're matching style, but I've got 30 different colors, so you can choose whichever one suits your personality the best. I can also get Celia downstairs to embroider initials on it quite quickly if you want. That'll look pretty swish. And then we could have a montage of us choosing villain names and
I
being
hope
a bit
that
silly,
you
which-
call it "Let's have a montage," even though in actuality for these people it's well, we have to do all the things in order.
But Restus thinks of it in a very cinematic kind of way.
Yeah, 100%. That's what's going on in my head, is that I think of it like that. I'm like, yes, this is how it will be remembered. It will be remembered as a montage. And Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun will be playing over the top of it.
Love is a battlefield.
Yeah.
Yeah, over the pillow fight.
Yeah.
There's some karaoke.
Oh, yes, definite.
Does Resonance play lies to everyone, or
What's that?
Your new
Oh, the
single.
song?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
because it's not upbeat enough.
Right.
I do try and convince Devon to see if she wants me to pierce her ear with an ice cube and a sewing needle, like you used to
I
do.
can generate a small hard light needle if you want.
Oh, that'd probably
Quite
be more
sterile.
sanitary. Yeah.
I can just shoot it right in.
But you've got to use an ice cube because that's just like proper. Like, do your research, Tilly. That's definite like teenage rebellion ice cube ear piercing. And I don't think Devon's got any ear piercings yet. Have you, Devon?
No, Impact said they were impractical.
Impractical to be practical.
Fine if you were
They
wearing
could fall out or get caught on something.
studs.
You know who's impractical? Impact.
Call him impractical.
Cold potato half. I've never heard of that one before.
Wait, is it in chat? No, it's Meg. Wow, hey, Meg.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And Devon's down.
Yes.
All right. Ear piercing, part of the montage.
Yeah. So we see ear piercing, and there's a lot more blood than anyone anticipated. So there's a little bit of freak out. And Dave comes in and is like, "What's going on?"
It's Spectre's powers.
Yeah,
He's like,
Spectre's like,
Yeah, and then and then that's fixed,
Did you heal one of the holes closed all the way?
and then you have to do it again. Yeah. So there's a little bit of
Does mean that we could probably just take care of it all in one. And it doesn't really need like the 2 weeks of healing then.
yes. So yeah, a little trial and error to get that doing. There's some karaoke. There's definitely a pillow fight. There's a scene of like a little, maybe some awkwardness getting it started, like, oh, come on. And, Resonance is like leading, oh, it'll be fun. It'll be great. And then maybe someone gets really into it.
Spectre.
Yeah, Spectre just like, let's go.
Yeah. And then there's just like a frozen scene of Deadlock with just like rage face with like one pillow in each hand, and then specters flying one direction and Fade's flying the other.
Yes.
And then there's pictures of Deadlock or Devon modeling a variety of different things, and Tilda not only taking the photos but applying the filters and then uploading them into the newly created Finsta that has been branded for your alternate identity. So there's a lovely kind of into the wee hours of the morning sort of montage. Out of curiosity, apropos of nothing, Deadlock, you are not entirely without connections outside the team and Impact. Is that correct?
I mean, I'm sure there's some other sidekicks that I've probably like rubbed elbows with on limited occasions, but for the most part, it's Impact in the team.
Yeah. So who would be someone who, if they sent you a message and said they had some important information for you, that you would pay attention to it?
Probably like a legacy style hero that like Impact is essentially like the Batman, and then there's like the Superman and like I guess his probably kid.
Yeah.
We've probably done some team ups.
Sure. Yes. Let's see. Who does it make sense that would be? It could be Omega Lad. Omega Man's protege. And he's a full-on soup, right? He's got his own, like, he's got like Omega beams and he can fly and stuff like that. So and probably you two get along because he also takes things pretty seriously. So we'll say in the morning, you've all ordered your stuff and it will show up. In the morning, there are a couple of messages. One is from Lady December saying that your base has been established and you have the directions. And Devin receives a message from Omega Lad that he has some important information for your eyes only.
Okay.
Can I ask a quick player question before
Sure.
we continue? Would it be okay for some people to remove conditions because of like for example, I would say having your ear pierced with light would be classed as foolhardy action for like
wrecking your house in a pillow fight is probably enough to get rid of anger. But yeah, there should be some conditions that are cleared. Making poor Dave's life a misery is definitely worth removing a few conditions. I'll leave that up to the discretion of the players.
I would
Would
think
that count as make a sacrifice?
I feel like foolhardy action is probably the other thing we can do, because we probably did some foolish things during our sleepover stuff.
I bought a
Eating, like,
terrible
50
hat.
pounds of
Who can eat
popcorn.
ice cream the fastest and get immediate brain freeze?
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, describe the brain freeze. Tell me what it's like.
Who can find the grossest combination of popcorn flavors?
Yes. So feel free to clear some conditions.
Yeah, I don't think anyone made a sacrifice, though.
No, I think angry and insecure you can get rid of.
Yeah.
I think
I
everyone
cleared
kind of got it.
hopeless too, because I think it was kind of flinging into easy relief.
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
Clearing hopeless makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good job, everybody. We're almost better.
Yay.
So everyone feels a little bit better. And there's some errands, and you still haven't really made your plan for. I mean, you've started the process of getting prepared for your expedition to the unknown location. Well, the location's known, you don't know what's there. But Deadlock gets a message that there's maybe there's some important information you can gather.
Yeah, I'll message him back like, do you need me to meet you somewhere?
Yeah. It's the alley behind Low Rouse. It's a Asian place that you're familiar with, kind of in a seedy part of town.
Okay. I'll probably just let residents know real quick, like, hey, I got a message from a friend. I just need to check something out real quick. I'll be back. She's a colleague. Friend. I gotta go.
What? Wait, my friend!
I presume you just jumped out a window?
Of course.
That seems like...
Of course, but opened it first.
Fluster Devin is hilarious. She's as awkward as Spectre and Fade.
Too fast.
Yeah. And then Fade gets a ping that you are expected back at Aegis headquarters for a briefing on further intelligence. And they're curious to understand your progress. But they have some more info to share with you.
The progress of shopping.
Yeah.
You're muted.
Zodi is
So
muted.
you're muted.
Jody.
Of course I am. Is this like still in the wee hours of the morning?
So this is the next morning.
Okay. I'm gonna thank residents for letting me stay the night and let everyone who is there around her, minus Devin, who has completely jumped out a window due to awkward situations, know that I have to head back to Aegis for a briefing, and then I will have some more information for them as soon as she knows. As soon as I know.
Perfect. Well, Spectre and Resonance, I think we'll continue the brainstorming of names.
Spectre gets a ping from your mom.
Yeah. Scratch that. Plus, I think I have an alternative costume at home that I should probably go grab. So I'm gonna make a pit stop there, and then I'll meet up with you guys later. But last night was really fun. So
Cool.
I think we have to brainstorm names.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Spectre, and your mom's like, "Oh yeah, I'm not home, sweetie. Here, just and you got the like find a friend situation on, so you can just head over to her." She's like, "Oh, I'm just out doing some shopping, but so come hang out. We'll get lunch, and then we can go home and pick out what little outfit you want." So yes, everyone heads off in their separate directions. Let's do. I think we can. I can just do a download of what. So Faye probably didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Probably still has popcorn stuck in your hair. But you make your way into Aegis headquarters and are briefed. You do learn that Aegis believes that Venom is a vast kind of sprawling organization. It operates in some ways in cells, so that if like one cell is captured or defeated, the entire organization doesn't go down. They believe that the particular cell that has reached out to you is led by one Dr. Darwin. You get a Dr. Darwin has been around since the Golden Age. He just isn't sure whether it's the same Dr. Darwin or if it's more like soup identities that, you know, they can pick them up in new generations. Dr. Darwin is not thought of as one of the more dangerous and dastardly members of Venom. And in fact, his or her or their motives are not super well understood. They've been mentioned, but hasn't really been active in Halcyon City or North America, as far as Aegis can tell, in a very, very long time. So they can't give you a briefing on Dr. Darwin's aims or capabilities or associates. But you at least have a little bit of intel that you can report back to everyone else. And they will also share with you the location and specifications of the new base for the Vice Girls. It is above the Kitty Cat Club down in the south end of town. No. Don't get me wrong. It's one of those places where you can come in and you give people a bunch of money to play with kittens. So
Well, that's where the rest of our $20,000 is going.
yes.
Right. So Deadlock, you arrive at the designated location. And of course, you know, it's daytime, but you know, this is a very narrow alley, very, very tall buildings. It's very shadowy. I mean, it's Halcyon City, so there's like robot garbage men and stuff like that. So it's not gross, but it is very seedy. And you see a figure waiting for you in the deepest shadow.
Someone help me if it's impact. Okay. I'm going to approach.
He steps out into the little bit of dim light. It's Impact.
I knew it. What do you want?
I knew you wouldn't respond to a message.
You just know everything, don't you?
No. I need to talk to you.
Yeah, well, what probably would have been better earlier. I think that's when you really needed to talk to me.
Probably. Here. And he'll pick up like a crate, or like maybe it's like a plastic barrel, and like grab one and sit on it and grab another one and not too close. And then kind
I'll
of
stand.
motion for you. Okay, so you stand all maybe leaning up against the brick wall, put one foot up, making sure you got that rebel look to you. And he's not in costume, by the way. And he looks old. I mean, he's not an old man, but there's something not having the filter of authority. And you've worked for him a while, but like seeing him frequently and often seeing him in costume, is just that even just a few days of distance lets you see him with new eyes. He looks tired, and
Dress aged him.
well, he looks sad, and in some ways helpless. Kid, I just wanted to say I should never have made you my protege.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, no, wait.
That makes
And,
me
and
feel.
he'll reach out and hold on to your. He's bad at people too.
Yeah.
You reach out and hold on to your arm. Not hard, but to keep you from walking away. And then he'll, let go. It wasn't fair to you. I was only thinking about myself, and I told myself that I was protecting you, that training you up was a way to make sure that you were safe and could be successful. But what I did was I defined success based on me, trying to turn you into me, and you're not me.
I haven't dated any supervillains, so.
Fair. There's a reason that I'm not part of a team. And I now realize that the expectations I set, the path that I made you hew to, there's only one place that ends, and that's in an alley, trying to find a way to apologize. I don't want that for you. I don't want you to be my protege. I want you to be my daughter. Spectre has arrived at the location that her mother gave her, just in time to witness that. And Impact turns around and looks at you. I haven't been there for either of my daughters. I had a daughter that I worked with every day that I didn't treat like one, and I had one that I didn't know about but should have. You two are sisters, like it or not. I'm not going to be either of your mentor. I don't know if I'm good enough or know enough to be a good father. But I've seen you two work together. I've seen the way you've had each other's backs. And I know that as complicated as it is, Violet has been a good mom. I'm not going to tell you what to do, Devin. I don't have that right. But I'm here, and I want to be here. He's just looking back and forth between
Evan
Val
like
and
quickly
Devin.
pulls out some sunglasses and puts them on.
I mean, I always wanted a sibling.
Perfect Val thing to say.
Yes. And regardless, Devin, you're my friend. You're the person that I have looked up to since I joined the team, and I really wish that this hadn't put such a split in our relationship. And I didn't tell you things because I just didn't want you to be disappointed.
You're your father's daughter.
He goes,
Yeah.
oh, fair point.
Yeah, I'm the product of both. But I'm trying to be better than they were.
You already are. And let's be clear, I don't blame Violet at all for not telling me. She was right not to tell me.
I think she was too.
I mean, you know how I treated the daughter I knew about. I wouldn't wish that on you.
No, I'm glad that she didn't tell either of us for a long time. But I just wish circumstances had been
You guys.
He's trying really hard. He probably starts to like, and then brings it back in.
we try at least being friends again.
I suppose.
I'm not gonna lie, I really missed having you as a sparring partner. Like, holograms just don't cut it.
Agreed.
And then Val just like awkwardly sticks out her hand. It's like, friends?
Probably not what Embarked something for. Just like
And then
shaking
she
heads.
takes her popcorn out of her pocket and belts Deadlock in the face with it. It's the rainbow one.
Was it like the bag of popcorn, or was it just like a handful of popcorn?
Not like a bag of it.
Okay.
Just a handful of, probably followed up by a handful of popcorn.
I still want to try not being impasse for a bit. Like, I mean, obviously you said you don't want me as your protege anyway, but
He's
oh,
gone.
did he leave?
He's gone.
When did he leave?
He's Impact.
God damn it.
You look away for 1 second, he's gone. It doesn't matter.
As soon as you
There's
two
too many emotions.
He's real
were-
quick to just devolve back to that absentee father stuff, huh? God.
No,
Tell me
he's
about
smart
it.
enough to realize where his continued presence only makes things worse.
Mhm.
You didn't even notice your new earrings.
Oh, he for sure did. He was sitting on like not saying anything about it the entire time. There might be an unsent series of text messages. I can't believe you got your ears pierced without talking to me. Hey, don't you know that that's a critical weak point? A villain can grab it and then yank it.
Is that one that he's like wrote and then deleted, then wrote, then deleted?
Exactly.
Then wrote, then
Exactly.
deleted? Right.
That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing right now. Is he's furiously writing a series of emails and then deleting them because he's not good at people, but he's smarter than that. But yeah, cut to. So Deadlock turns around and says, "I still kind of want to try." Oh, of course, he's gone. And then we see a backlit shadow kind of above looking. So we see it like from his perspective, looking down at the two of you, and then the little voice bubble. Of course he's gone, and then you see a single tear fall on his black glove, and then whoosh, he's off into the day. Cool. What happens now?
So I've been thinking of names, right? And I thought about lots of different types of vices, and I don't think they're that sexy. Like bench vice, no. Pipe, no. Tool
Well,
makers, these
you
don't.
Go
They don't
based
work.
on the 7 deadly sins. There are only
Yeah.
5 of us, but also some of the sins are kind of dumb and annoying to be. So maybe that won't work. Otherwise, we could just name it after our favorite crime. That could work. Those are all vices.
Well, I was thinking as well, like that really famous pop band that kind of sounds like it, we could do the opposite. But I think Old Spice doesn't work, and Lazy Spice is a bit rubbish. And
A
also
very
Poor
happy
Spice
spice.
doesn't really work
The
either.
opposite of scary.
Uh,
Friendly?
excited,
Excited? Vice? No, that doesn't work
cheerful,
at all.
yeah,
We
no.
have to steal their names outright.
What about a lot of supervillains? Theirs is kind of based off of their power. So maybe like for Davin, they could be called something like the Mimic or
Good.
Copycat
D&D?
or something like that.
Okay.
And then Spectre's really good at fighting.
I mean, you could just go put the violet in front. It's kind of built in.
Yeah, but we don't want them to think that she's her.
I'm actually very confused on whether they know we're us and we're faking the thing, or
we've got to carry on wearing those outfits that we were seen downtown in.
right. But do they know that we're
Venom?
So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
could be called
Venom
like
knows.
the light bearer.
Yeah.
okay? Yeah.
To clarify, Venom knows who you are. They're trying to find. They're targeting you specifically because of the disunity within your team. The challenge and what Aegis is trying to do is to facilitate that without revealing publicly the connection between your Vice Girl persona and your actual super persona or personal life, because they don't want this to. I don't want you to actually have to become supervillains. So they are creating.
Right.
And I think have correctly assessed that if you guys were going to become supervillains, you would create a new identity for yourselves because you're not dumb.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be a fire starter because I use the fake fire blast. And that's a crime.
Yes, it is.
I mean, this is also where, like, as speaking out of character right now, chat, you could help mine and Tilly's conversation right now if you can think of any good names for the other characters. I mean, I could just be called something like Spark or something to do with electricity or sound.
Sparks with a Z at the end. Adding a Z at the end is very cool right now.
Or Electro. Like smoking and drinking.
Yeah, I was also thinking about actual vices, and I'm like, a lot of them are very, I don't know, adult
not
crimes.
Teenage.
Not teenage crimes.
Teenage.
Right.
Fade, what's your current powers?
Sodi.
I have enhanced senses because everything is quiet, and energy blasters. So they're able to take my telekinesis powers and
you use
instead
those
of making
things on
it
your
go
arms, didn't you?
Yeet.
Yeah.
Instead of making things go yeet, it's very more controlled by the wrist devices.
Yeah. The implant has channeled all the telekinetic power into force blasts and all of the telepathy into enhanced senses. So it's still the same power set, but it's been contained and controlled.
Reaper. Reaper sounds good for
Ooh.
Spectre. You know, you can
Okay.
say,
Character that has the power to heal with the most like metal thing.
yeah, repositioning and all that. I believe in you.
Die.
I'm not a psychopath.
I mean, Deadlock can also just
Psychopath.
pretend they have the same powers as somebody else without saying they have all the powers.
Hmm.
Like, oh, I'm Resonance's
Yeah,
sister.
that's
We
true.
both have lightning powers. You know, something like that.
But then if you want to use somebody else's.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I mean, if things go south, they won't know I can use other people's powers.
That's true.
Sort of dual electricity name.
Zip and zap or something.
Oh, yeah, that's fun. All right, so we got Reaper, Firestarter, Zip, Zap, and we gotta do something for Fade. Energy Blasts. And your colors were red and purple because they gave you a
That's
garish
the
outfit.
color
on
of the
purpose.
costume.
Yeah, because they gave you a garish outfit on purpose.
Her powers are pink and purple.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it didn't have to be that color. That was just the momentary to make sure it didn't have the Aegis stuff on it. Because obviously, you're not going to be a believable villain if you're wearing an Aegis costume.
Let's see, for Fade.
Comet Storm.
Comet Blast Storm.
Comet Blast. Comet Blast.
Blast Storm. It sounds like Blastoise. You're a Pokemon.
Yeah, it does.
Blast Storm. Yeah,
All I
okay.
can think of is like military terms like back blast area clear.
So
Well, yeah, that's fine. This is unimportant entirely.
it might become important later. So we decided Reapers for Spectre, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And which of Residents and Deadlock are Zip and Zap?
I feel like I'm Zip.
Okay.
What is that?
I feel like Zap seems more like ooh, Zap.
Yes.
It's more Deadlock's new personality. Where I'm like, Zip.
And
What's your name goes first?
Fade is who?
I don't think we've decided yet.
Oh, I'm going to pick something if you don't.
Blaster.
Blastarella.
Blasterella.
I mean, I'm making the call. And Tilly.
Firestarter.
Oh, that's right.
An actual crime that I
Yes.
technically can't do.
Yes. So yeah, you are. I mean, you wanted to go with like second degree arson, but that was just too much. You couldn't convince the team to get behind it. So cool.
Well, unless you want to go with kind of, you could do onomatopoeia ones, and we could be zip, zap, boom, crackle if you're a fire starter, and then think of another one for Spectre.
No.
Crackle and pop. No.
No one's gonna take you seriously.
Not the what are they?
That's all that I can think of was the Rice Krispies thing.
Yeah, that's a Rice Krispies, snap, crackle, and pop.
Crackle Pop Rice Krispies.
Yep. So cool. I may or may not be setting up an overlay for later. All right, cool. So back to the trauma. So Deadlock and Spectre are in the alley as Residents and Tilly are having conversations. Fade. So where does everyone meet up? What happens next?
Do we know where the base is now? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we'll
assume
probably-
Fade lets people
Probably
know.
good base.
Yeah, Fade would have sent a text message saying that the Vice girls have a new base above the Kitty Cat Club, which she would have explained is not a gentleman's lounge, but indeed a kitty cat cafe.
Yeah.
And we should meet at the Kitty Cat Cafe, not the base.
Yeah. I'm going to swing by home, pick up my new costume, and then head over there.
Resonance is taking this role very seriously and so has told Tilly that we must go to the Kitty Cat Club first and practice our villainous turns in chairs while stroking cats. It's a great place to practice it. So Tilly and I spend a good hour before catching up with everyone just sitting in chairs practicing turning.
I assume at some point
With the
Tilly
cat.
starts spinning way too fast, so it's just like
The cat's like, yeah, we
Stop it, it's all hunched up.
that's why we
for
work
us.
on it, because you don't seem to understand that the slower the turn, the more evil.
Yeah. Tilly just sits still.
Yeah.
And because she's doing a turn, but it'll take 14 days. Not quite calibrated right.
Yeah.
Good news is the cats really like Tilly. I think something about the warmth and vibration coming through a robot body. It's like sitting on a refrigerator. They all seem to want to like climb on and lay on Tilly.
But also she can do like obviously 10 laser points at one point and
Right.
just like round the room.
I mean, the hair is basically glowing strings. So
It's true. Yeah, there's a couple of them batting at your hair. The good news is you're indestructible enough that it doesn't cause any damage. And this is the scene that Spectre, Deadlock, and Fade walk into at the Kitty Cat Club.
It is Spectres and Love.
What happens?
Tilly, slow down.
Right. Slower. Is it slow enough?
But
She's
not,
not
too
moving
slow.
again. Not too
No,
slow.
no, you have to turn a little bit. Like
I am actively turning right now.
and also choose that Persian. That like Persian cats are pretty fluffy.
Oh,
the fluffier the cat, the more hairless.
I've been chosen by
It's the
too
two
many
extremes.
cats. Is it more villainous if you have 10 cats? Because I think I
No.
have about 10 right now.
No, now
Is
you
this-
just look
They're
adorable. Hold
attracted
on.
to the
Let me
the
take a
hum or the
picture.
heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
No.
quite a few.
Yeah, no, the more cats just makes you look really friendly. Like cute. You
Yeah,
look
you do
proper
look
cute.
really
Hmm.
adorable.
I try putting the cats down one at a time, but obviously another cat or the same cat immediately back up each time.
Okay.
And I will just keep doing that as I see Spectre and Deadlock enter, and I'll be like, oh, hello. We've chosen names.
Oh,
Well, I'm gonna go to the
Oh.
bathroom real quick.
we had some emotional moments, but I think we're good now, and I think we're good with impact. So we had a talk. Got tricked into it, but we had a talk.
Okay.
Wait, did they reverse parent trap you?
Sure. Yes.
That's amazing.
I mean, I'm just happy that we're getting better. So, lots of cats and villain names?
Yeah, yes. Your Reaper.
You know,
I don't think it matters if we're talking. This is technically right under our base thing. I don't think they'll.
Oh, I mean,
Really?
the Kitty Cat Club is super discreet.
Yeah.
This was selected because a lot of minor villains do their transactions and planning, world destruction and stuff
And
here at the Kitty Cat Club.
practicing
Yeah.
their turns.
Yeah,
In
for
fact,
sure.
they have many adoptable cats for villains who are seemed appropriate to own a cat.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah. So you're Reaper. I'm Firestarter. This is Zip. I point wherever Deadlock wandered off to. She's Zap. And I don't know, are you here yet, Fade?
Yeah.
Okay. And she's Blasterella. Listen, we got to a random name generator at that point, and that's what it gave us.
That is unfortunate.
Poor Blaster.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way we could change that.
Yeah.
Nope. It's set in stone. I will only ever see you as Blasterella now.
You've already had the name tags embroidered.
Yes. Yeah, we
Hate
did
everything about
embroidery.
this.
Oh, and you can put on this this black tutu that we also ordered when you change it to your costume. I think it really goes with the aesthetic.
And this
I
is
also
Mr.
have-
Claus.
And these are some ballet slippers, black also. If you'd like to put those on.
Sure.
And a black leotard if you would like to put that on.
Yes, good. I'm so glad I brought my own costume.
I hate everything about this. Literally everything.
This is
Fortunately,
Ew.
this should not be a long-term
No.
gig, so we should be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ignore what you're saying in the Discord. The
Yeah.
stream can't see it.
Just to keep everyone as confused as possible at all times, we're going to change names again.
Right? It's fine. This time I'm actually going to make it so that I can actually fix it. Cool. So, there we go. Actually, I'll show you. For when you're villains. Cool. Awesome.
Heck yeah.
So, what's happening? You have a mission. You have new names. You have new outfits. You have a new hideout. You have probably a gallon of cat fur on you if you're fire starter. What do?
So squeak. I would like to make a suggestion to the group. Obviously, I'm gonna wait until Zap gets back.
Right.
To make this
Collecting
suggestion.
myself.
But last time we had difficulties choosing a leader. Honestly, I think Tilly would be the ideal leader of the entire team.
Tilly's all like, what?
It's like, that does not compute.
So I'm gonna.
I mean, if we need later for this
Nominate.
villainous team, I'm down for it. I have a full list of everything that villains should do at all times.
Zap is going to come downstairs and counterpoint. For this mission specifically, I think Resonance is probably better suited to be the leader. She's got a little more knowledge with acting and everything. But I do agree with you that Tilda could make a really good team leader one day. The on-the-spot calculations and coordination she can make and do is...
Not only that,
And also,
but
we completely fell apart without her.
Yeah.
I mean, that is
I-
technically true.
This is something that I've been, thinking about is Tilly is neutral. She understands it, she sees it, whereas all of us have emotions, and those emotions can get in the way, whereas Tilly can kind of neutralize it and make us think.
Tilly has you all fooled.
I mean,
Yeah,
no one's
I
truly
mean-
He
neutral,
does
but-
actually.
I wouldn't call Tilly emotionless. Just
No.
AI.
No, I don't mean it like that. I mean it like
You see her little-
She has better control over her emotions than we do. I mean,
There's a unique
still-
ability to become
Hormones,
objective.
man.
Yeah, we have chemical imbalances.
Her little, she has little triangles on her cheeks, and they're starting to glow as everything's going on.
So
Robot
if
blush.
we decide that we're gonna continue outside of being Vice Girls, I would like to nominate Tilly as our leader.
Well, you know, I had this conversation with Resonance before about the whole team leader thing, and I don't think that we need to like say that, yes, this person is the leader. We do everything that they say. Like, if somebody steps up during a mission, then they take the lead. And I feel like that's how it should be. If in this mission, my experience working with a villain comes forth and we need that, then I'll step up. If Resonance's acting comes in need, then Resonance can step up. If Tilly's objectivity is needed, then she can step up. Like, it's not like we have to say, you are the leader, you are the one that bears this burden. Like, we're all a team. So I think we should just work together on it and see how it goes.
I second that. I think, like, I would still refer to Spectre as Spectre, though, right? In these conversations.
Sure.
I think what Spectre's saying is, I think that's one of the things that kind of caused a lot of problems, was this obsession with making someone a leader. And I think it's completely unnecessary. I think people can lead us into certain situations or lead us into, you know, take charge. But I don't think we necessarily have to put a label on somebody's back and be like, hey, this is the leader.
So if we're all cool with that, then we don't even need to put it to a vote.
Resonance can be our leader for photo ops.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that's for sure.
Yeah,
For sure. Like, I definitely led you in the shopping. Like, pointed you towards what outfits would suit your character. I left Tilly to handle fades. I couldn't help her. She went off on her own. She was a bit rogue for that one. I'm sorry. She was so happy. I couldn't
tell her no.
couldn't take that away from her.
I think it's very pretty.
I think
It
it's
is.
pretty.
There's a lot of lace.
Yeah.
If you twirl, it will floof out.
Yep.
This is perfect.
Twirl,
Yes.
twirl.
Yes.
It's just gonna have like this fake smile. Like it's just. I hate this. I hate all
Like when
of this.
But
Like you get,
Tilly
like,
is
the
so
handmade
happy.
knitted sweater that's like super ugly, and you're like, yeah, I love it.
Exactly.
By the way, this is how Tilly exacts vengeance.
I bought you some clothes. I thought they worked
Justified.
perfectly for you.
Yes, and you don't want to
Everybody.
disappoint me.
I would be so sad.
Yes. So, what happens?
Yeah, how do we infiltrate a bunch of villains? Do we just need to go do crime until they find us? Or...
Well, they've already
Yeah,
found
yeah,
you and
there's
invited
actually-
you.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh
there-
no, we
we-
have to cross. Okay, guys, we have to cross the ocean. I
So
need
I
like
saw-
massive anxiety reductors before we get on a boat or anything.
I mean, we could just take a helicopter.
That still doesn't help.
I mean, fuel. It depends how far out it is.
on the the police auctions, like they sell stuff off. So I've seen that they have two really cool villain vehicles that would be suitable, that we could purchase. One is a submarine and the other is like a yacht.
Submarine, please.
Oh, yeah.
Black aesthetic, like everything's dark and moody, got a lot of villainous gadgets in it already. So it might be suitable.
First of all, is there anything on our actual base that's good to have? Because I haven't gone upstairs yet.
No, I was too busy with the cats.
Yeah,
I was
still
just
have a cat.
using the
on me.
bathroom.
Yeah,
You got
it's
12
a
cats on you.
right. No, so you've been upstairs to the base. You're pretty sure that maybe like an old lady lived here. So there's like lots of like Afghans. Everything has a cozy. All the
Coolies.
furniture has like a plastic cover. There's lots of like oversized like wood carvings hung on the wall of like geese with little gingham bows around their necks. It's very it's very not what you'd expect of a villain hangout. But you can tell there are some hastily deposited boxes full of things. So like a computer system, and there's like someone has like cut a hole in the wall and put in a secure cabinet with like gadgets and stuff in it. You didn't really have time to examine. But they have stocked it out. They just didn't redecorate it.
We can go up, get supplies. I know you said this was a police auction where we can buy a boat, but if we are villains, should we not just steal the boat?
We can pay him back later.
I mean,
it's an Aegis impound. They can just sign it out.
We
to you.
can steal the boat.
But stealing it.
unless we just
Steal a boat.
Yeah, if it's Aegis, we could just maybe tell them we want the boat and get them to make a newspaper story that says we stole the boat, or we could even act it out and steal the boat and like get
Yeah,
caught on camera and stuff. Ooh,
You got to
you know.
show the world your new costumes.
put on a show. Not that that's anybody's move or anything.
Right.
My cool black jacket. Yeah.
It is very cool.
And
Angsty and evil Tilly.
Faye's just like, but why did you buy me a ballerina skirt if you get a cool jacket? And I'm like, but it's so cool. If only my name was Blasterella, but alas, it's not.
Tilly's so shady. All right. So is that the plan?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's steal a boat.
So
I feel like
go
we've
ahead.
all got leather jackets though, a bit like they look a bit rubbish, like like the T-birds from Greece.
Yeah.
Like they're like that. So even though Fade has a ballerina outfit, they still have a leather jacket that goes over the top. So
Yeah.
if you're talking, you're muted.
Yeah. I'm going, if I put a leather jacket on with the tutu, the tights, and the leotard, I'm going to come out looking like the gothic version of Buffy from the movie.
That's the plan.
Yes. What?
Perfect.
I
I'm
don't
okay with
see it. I
this.
don't see a problem with this.
Yes.
I'm 100% okay with this.
And the back of your black leather jackets are all emblazoned with the Vice Girls logo, which is like the anarchy sign, only turned around for the V for the Vice Girls.
Nice.
So yes. So that's the plan. So Fade communicates with Aegis headquarters that you need to requisition a villainous super yacht, and that you're going to stage the theft. It is current. The good news is it's currently.
Quentin, need to steal a boat? Help? Question mark? Send.
And then you get back. I am your counselor. Do we need to refresh you on chain of command? Here's
And
the
then she's just casually gonna send in, please.
here's the email to requisitions. It's requisitions@aegis.com.
Okay, that works. She's gonna send that same message minus the Quentin.
Don't worry, we'll up your meds. So yes, in a short period of time, you'll receive notice that your requisition has been approved, and that tonight a special security detail will be down at the docks, and they know to expect you, and are prepared to. I mean, they'll also make sure that no one steals anything else, but they'll be prepared to help you put on a show. So what happens?
Everything is in place. We have a yacht to steal. How do we escape from prison?
That doesn't matter. Everyone escapes from Aegis facilities like every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens constantly.
Improv. Just go with it.
Yeah.
We're going to have 5 wildly different stories on how we broke out.
It was fine.
It's going to be great.
So
All right.
what happens?
We wait until nighttime,
Yeah,
rearrange
until it starts.
Yeah, we rearrange our Vice Girls base so that it doesn't smell like Ben Gay and cat pee.
Yeah. I think I'll yeah, play with cats, definitely. I think at some point
is like mumbling to herself as she does stuff.
Yeah, at some point I'm probably
thing happens and
I'm going to go over
everything
to
she wants to say.
Oh yeah, I'm going to go over to Deadlock and be like, "Hey, are you good?"
Fine.
A question. Because Spectre said that things were better.
I mean, given where they were, it's not exactly hard to get better from where it was, I guess.
That's fair. Let me know if you would like to talk about it.
Okay, well, it's just that, like, so he just shows up and looks all sad and whatever, and tricks me into meeting in the alley, which is typical Impact. And it's like, I dedicated my life to his training, right? Like, I did everything he asked, dedicated my life to, like, his cause. I adopted his morals and his ethics. And, like, I trained every day for years, Tilly. And I mean, I went into battle with him. I risked my life with him. I gave up my childhood. I didn't have any real friends or relationships. Like, it was all him. And I did everything, Tilly, everything he asked. You know what I was? I was nothing but a sidekick to him. That's what I was. I was a sidekick. We weren't partners because we weren't equal. It was always his way. And he didn't even tell me the truth. He lied to me. And I deserve more than that. You think I deserve more than that, right, Tilly?
Yeah.
Right. So I deserve more than that. And we fought Violet Scepter so many times. Like, I can't even count how many times we fought her. And he didn't bother. He didn't think it was important to just mention maybe he had a little bit more complicated history than he did. And then just the hypocrisy of it all, like, always was telling me, oh, don't get involved with other heroes, let alone villains and criminals like Violet Scepter. And recruiting Spectre for the team. Like, he's like, oh, I didn't know she was my daughter. He's Impact. Like, she had the same power set as she did. You can tell me you didn't at least think there was a possibility. Really? He really thinks I'm that dumb, that I wouldn't put that together, that he totally knew, or at least had to have thought there was a strong possibility. And like the whole thing with when our team was like in the beginning with him getting arrested and everything, you know who didn't believe that he did it? Me, because I trusted him, but I shouldn't have, because he lies and he's a liar and a jerk, and I trusted him and I shouldn't have. And
is it wrong for me to point out that technically he did not do it and you were correct?
That's besides the point, Tilly.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Everybody else didn't believe it, but I did.
Well, this is complicated.
Yeah, more complicated than a, oh, I'm sorry, in this deep, dark alley kind of thing. You should be sisters. Cool.
You should be, oh. Well, that sounds nice. I like having you all on the team. You know, approximately 77% of my existence has been on this team. I really appreciate all of your company. You are also like family to me.
Well, that's nice, Tilly.
I'm sure that he'll figure out his stuff at some point. But it probably takes time. More than one dark alley conversation. You might need several dark alley conversations to really work it through. Does he usually talk to you in a dark alley?
You don't even know.
Fair enough. But what you can focus on is the things that you can do. So you don't have to worry about him figuring it out. You can set that aside. He'll come to you again, probably, in another dark alley sometime in the future. And I'm sure he'd appreciate listening or having you listen to him, but you don't have to do what he says.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing what he says anymore. That's long gone.
Yes,
Been there,
yes,
done
this
that.
this energy is probably what we'll need to be successful villains at any rate.
Well, sorry to drop all of that on you, Tilly. I just you didn't say it in the alley at the time because I don't know. I was expecting him to be there. Like a part of me knew it was him, but then I also wasn't. I don't know. I wasn't ready yet.
It's good to figure out what you want to say at different times. Just spend some time thinking about it. That's what my mom said.
That seems like a comfort and support to me.
Am I doing this?
Yes.
What
I
is
wasn't
this?
comforting you, that's for sure.
I appreciate just hearing all of the talk. I don't. Where am I at in my stats?
It's mundane,
Yeah,
but we have so many things.
that's true. I was wondering if I had told them what makes them unique, but I don't think I really did.
You can.
Okay.
Not like impact, maybe.
Yeah, like you're not like Impact. You can be like anybody else. You have everybody's powers in order to do what you need to do. You can probably surpass him with enough training.
Forge her
11.
destiny. Ha ha!
Be comforted.
Excellent. So that is
I don't have any.
that is a fantastic success. So without even using any boons, so that was full on legit. So with that fantastic success, I have to do the thing. But there we go. So you, Tilly, can either clear a condition or add team to the pool, and you, Deadlock, can mark potential, clear a condition, or shift labels.
And I believe you have already opened up.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was kind of what it was. I mean, Tilly's comfort and support was mostly just like, yes.
I'll mark
yeah.
potential since she talked about my potential.
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
I don't have any conditions, so.
I'll add a team to the pool.
I will say though, last time I reached my potential thing where it was like take a influence away, it's also add a label, and I added one to danger.
Ah, okay. Excellent. So getting more dangerous. All right, well, anything else that
I
needs
was
to... Go ahead.
just watching the conversation, hence all the filters.
Yes.
I was listening in. I thought it was extremely dramatic, and I was living for it.
Yes.
So I was just sat in the corner with a drink and some popcorn. That's what was going on with Resonance right now. She was like, oh.
Yeah. So it was probably that whole conversation was probably a 2-page spread. right, of all the different like stages of the conversation. And then in slightly out of focus in the back of every one of those scenes is resonance with a different like drinking or eating popcorn or with a cat on her head or kind of upside down on the couch and looking at her
go
phone,
off the
pretending not to
subject,
listen.
because you've just reminded me, I'll have to show you at some point. But when I got married, in real life, my husband and I did a dance, and in the back of every photo is my best friend's now husband sat pulling different faces. So he's like in every photo. And we got them back and I sent them to him and he was really sad. He's like, "I know I've ruined all your pictures." I was like, "You have made them so much better."
Yes.
They are amazing. I will remember them forever because so we've got a WhatsApp group called his name's John. John's disapproving face. Just because, but oh my god, it was so amazing. They're just the best pictures. Sorry, chat. It just reminded me. It really makes me laugh every time I think about it.
Yeah, so very similar.
Yeah.
We see it there's a consistent scene of residents photobombing the heart to heart between Deadlock and Tilly. So, does anything else need to happen before you make your way down to the docks to liberate the supervillain super yacht?
No, we just need to get changed.
Well, I think Spectre also wants to talk to Resonance and apologize because she hasn't really gotten to just have a one-on-one with her. So, probably pull you to the side and just like,
I'm getting ready while you're doing
we're
this.
getting ready.
I'm doing my makeup while you're.
Yeah. Oh, the eyeliner looks really good there, Rez. Or it's great. So I'm gonna have to get you used to these new names. Look, I just wanted to say sorry to you specifically about not being completely truthful about a lot of things that were happening with both me and Ren and my parents. I should have been more open with you guys, and I'm going to be more open with you guys in the future. So, yeah, just kind of had some trust issues after everything that happened with my mom, and then it's a bit of a big bomb to get with the whole dad thing. So, yeah, just wanted you to know I'm sorry. I hope we can.
How are you feeling about that whole situation?
I mean, I think we're off to a better start, and I think that it needed to happen that I didn't find out until later, because I don't think that he was a very good parent based on Jerk's head towards Devin. So I'm glad that I got the upbringing that I did, kind of. But doing better. And I think me and Devin can also start to get better. So, yep.
Yeah, I mean, I said what I think needed to be said to you about how I felt about all that whole situation before we were attacked by Lady December and that lot.
Yeah,
so
that was weird. But
yeah, it's a weird way to find out that someone who you idolize respects you as well. Kind of odd.
cool.
Yeah, but cool. But then I talked about soybeans and that was not cool. But yeah, like for me, sorry is not just a word, it's action or inaction. So I can't obviously, like, I respect the fact that you've said sorry to me and I fully appreciate that. You know, and we'll see. I can only let you show that you're sorry by giving you a chance to prove it. If I just shut you out, then that doesn't really give you a chance to actually show me you're sorry. So, you know, that's draw a line under it. And hopefully we can move forward. I don't think we'll ever be what we were, but that's because you never can be what you were. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe we'll just be a new amalgamation of whatever it is we are. But you know, if we can just try and be honest with each other, I think, like I said to you before, my whole life, so much of it is a lie that it's exhausting. So I would hope that if I have to risk my life with you guys, you would be the one set of people that I felt like I could actually be truly honest with.
I get that. Kind of found out the hard way that a lot of what I thought about the person that I trusted the most was a lie. So I get it. Maybe not quite as much because not as many people lying all the time, but out of like the two people that I trusted growing up, one of them wound up not being who I thought she was. So
yeah, that must be hard. At least I know my mum's like, you know, like she's who she is, and that's genuinely who she is. It's not particularly great, but that's who she is. She don't lie about it.
yeah. I don't think that she intended to lie. I think that I was just naive and ignorant and didn't want to believe what was pretty blatantly obvious looking back on a lot of my childhood. Like, superheroes don't have to sit and watch security cameras to watch for the cops. That's weird. But
yeah, but if you're grown up and somebody tells you that the sky is green and that the grass is blue, like that, and you're told that your whole life, like, unless you live in an alternative universe, we all know that that's not true. But if you're told it's true, you're going to believe it until you're proven otherwise. That's the naivety and beauty of children, is that, you know, they just trust.
I appreciate that perspective. Thanks, Riz.
That's okay. Anyway, we got to get going. We got to, like, get a boat, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and kudos to you guys for, like, putting on makeup and stuff. I'm gonna just full cover face mask, because your eyelashes look so heavy.
They are. They're ridiculous. But the weird thing is that, you know, me and Tilly decided to make Devon have to be my twin. So in your heads, obviously, Devon looks exactly like me now. But maybe with, like, see how I've got a purple tinge to everything? I feel like Devon's is dark blue.
Yeah. Or really dark red.
Or what do you want? Blue or red?
Probably blue, because electricity can be bluish.
Yeah.
Cool.
Blue and purple go well
Tilly's all-
together as well.
Don't worry, I've watched residents put on makeup before. I can help you.
Yeah, have fun with that, Devin. Pulls on mask.
Right.
And just keep in mind, they could be fraternal twins.
No
true.
more piercings for now.
Right.
No, we're comic book villains. We are going to be as identical as possible, but with just slightly different coloring, because that's what they do.
Yes. So I think that exchange deserves at least one comfort and support. I think your choice, Spectre, whether you want to roll a comfort and support for Residents, but Residents, I think, definitely needs to roll a comfort and support for Spectre.
Okay. Oh dear. Wait a minute. Okay,
Yeah,
I
I got
give up.
4.
Well, I got a 5, and then I'm using stuff to have re-rolled 1, but
Okay.
I got a 2, so I give up.
Okay. So you understand each other and you both mark potential, which is great because the conversation was about the potential for the future. But regardless, I think you both, even if it doesn't result at to Sin's point, we have 11 minor boons. If anyone would like to.
Well, I used one to re-roll, so.
Okay. Major boon is for reroll.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was minor because I only re-rolled 1.
Yeah, that's still
yeah.
the nature thing.
Yeah, major is reroll up to both. That way you don't have to reroll a 6 if you have a 6. Like if you get a 7, if we get a 5 and a 5 and a 1.
But then I don't want to have used our major one.
No, Misha undid it.
Oh,
Okay.
it's fine. Go ahead and just do the major one. It's fine.
Well, no, I'll just take what I had, which was a fail, which I got a 5. I rolled a 1, so I'll just take that.
It's all good. So there's, I think you feel better, but there's no change in any of the conditions. But you both mark potential because you're now focused on less about getting back to the way that things were and more about finding the new way, which I think is very healthy. So anything else that needs to happen before you head on down to the docks? All right. Well, how are you getting to the docks?
How far are we situated from the docks?
You're probably a good. It's a weeknight. The traffic isn't too bad. You're probably a good 30-minute Suber ride if you want to take a Suber.
Could we do? Is there any underground here?
Oh yeah.
I just feel like it'd be really cool to do a underground sequence of us awkwardly sitting on.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So after some of the conversations and stuff happen, we have a moment where the team gathers. It's let's go get that yacht, and then smash cut to you guys all sitting kind of cramped into the subway car. Although you are in your supervillain personas, you are not the weirdest looking people on the subway. And you're all kind of like, ooh. Right. There's a mariachi band for no reason. There's a guy with a pet rat on his shoulder. Lots of inexplicable people in business attire out at 9 p.m. for no reason. So yeah. So time passes. And we have a long shot of so you're on the south side of the little bay that comes into the middle of Halcyon City. You can see the north side of town kind of sparkling along the bay. And then you guys are all kind of gathered up against a chain link fence. You can see a number of big kind of warehouses that are large enough that they can actually they're built out over the water. They can actually pull boats in, hoist them up, do repair, clean the hull, etc. And then far out on one of the secure piers is this very, very modern, very angular, black yacht. It's one of those big dual pontoon ones. So it's actually quite wide. Probably has a glass hull so you can look down. I'm sure there's some sort of circle of evil room with piranhas and sharks in a tank, and then the floor is glass. I mean, you don't know yet, you haven't been in it, but you can imagine it's got that vibe to it. Probably has circular beds and torture rooms, who knows. What happens?
Pull out the bolt cutters that we took with us, and we cut the fence open.
No one brought bolt cutters.
I create some hard light bolt cutters.
Who has the bolt cutters? And it's we don't know. We don't know how to do crime.
Did we, when we told Aegis, did they give us any information as to they might alert the media Or
No.
not? Okay. They didn't give us the information.
No, they just said the guards at the pier will be prepared to put on a show.
Okay.
But we'll know that they're supposed to let you take the boat. So they're expecting you to, I mean, it's your idea to kind of steal it. So they basically agreed to get. We'll let the security people know.
Okay.
Let's turn out the lights.
Oh, yeah. That's probably a good idea.
All right. Does Zip or Zap want to unleash their powers, or both? Unleash your powers to shut off all the electrics.
Both?
Yeah, we can work together.
All
Is
right.
it like what, an assist roll or what?
Yeah. So pick the primary. We'll do it a little bit differently.
Resonance, because she's
Okay.
Zip
more
be
used to
primary.
doing it.
So
Zip.
Zap, unleash your powers first, and we'll see if that adds anything to Zip's roll.
Okay, 4 is 8.
Plus
What
freak.
is unleash again?
Freak.
Oh, I think my freak is 0, so that's probably an 8.
Okay, that's enough for a +1.
Yep.
Yeah, my rolls are being shit tonight. I got 5 again.
Plus your freak.
Freak is 1, so it's 6.
+1 is 7.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Would
Okay.
you like to keep? Would you like to keep that?
Yeah, because it's only lights, isn't it?
Okay. So you two put on an impressive show, and the lights kind of flicker and dim, and it's maybe a little bit less than you anticipated. So they don't like go completely off, but they are kind of flickering here and there, and like
Emergency power keeps kicking in. We have to keep shutting it
right.
I mean, somebody get the gen.
So you had planned to be all like super stealthy, turn out the lights and sneak up, and then instead the regular security are like, you see a bunch of guys come out of one of these hangar situations and looking around, and the guy's trying to flip the breakers. Tilly meanwhile has used the hard light bolt cutters to cut a nice hole in the fence. What do you do?
If I see the guy going for the breakers, I might just tase him and then shut off the breakers the easier way.
Okay. Because I'm just tired of it. Go ahead and directly engage a threat,
6, 7, 8.
because he might tase you back.
Oh. 6, 7, 8. What is engage a threat?
It's danger.
Oh, 9, 10, because I just added some danger. So 10.
Beautiful. All right. So what are your choices?
Choices are resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Pick 2.
I picked 2. So take something from them, like their ability to move for a short amount of time. So one thing I hate is in the movies, when you tase somebody, it knocks them out. That's not how it works in real life.
Yep.
Unless you had a ridiculous amount of voltage. So probably just...
Well, I would say that the tase is the effect of the successful roll, so you don't have to choose one
Right.
for that.
Oh, okay. Probably create an opportunity for your allies, because I'm going to shut off the
Yep.
breakers, and then resist and avoid their blows once
Perfect.
they
Yeah.
get up.
And this guy is just like, this is the non-secure section, so this is just like a rent-a-cop. So we get a couple of panels of you know, sneaking around and, you know, running across rooftops or whatever, dropping out behind him, and then just kind of zapping him where he can't see you, and he just falls over. Then you pull the breakers and then probably rip out something, so that it's not easy to turn back on, and then scamper off into the shadows. Now the whole area is down, including all the security cameras. Well, all the security cameras that aren't on their own circuit. What happens?
Let's go, girls. And we'll sneak. Sneak our way towards the secure ship.
Sure. Yeah, it's really easy to get through there. The fact that the lights are now out has gotten most of the security, and there's people working at night here. So there's a lot of like Ah, gee, not again, man. And you have to like dodge around between buildings to avoid running into workers and security guard. But eventually you're able to make it to the internal fence and kind of probably just hop over. You are now in the secure area.
Quick question.
Yes.
Is this yacht in water?
Yeah.
Or are we gonna have to okay.
Yeah, it's out. It's so there's a secure set of there's a
We have
secure
to
area
pull
at the
it out.
docks. Yeah, and at the kind of the back pier, the furthest out, because this is a deep water yacht, and you can kind of see it bobbing there.
Okay.
But you're gonna have to make your way through the entirety of the docks to get there.
Okay, so I'm guessing we're still just sneaking.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring up the rear and keep an eye out for anybody coming behind us.
Cool. So for this, I think I would like everyone to unleash their powers.
Oh boy.
I've done so well at this so far.
11.
All right.
I rolled an 11.
Excellent.
And unleash is plus freak, so
Yes.
12.
I got a 3.
Yeah, I got a 4.
Y'all doing okay? Y'all want to eat some boons?
I mean, I guess we could use some boots.
I got a 10.
Okay. So Firestarter.
Step it up, sister.
2 people raised by the sneaky super
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Well, but you're in costumes that you're not familiar with, and there's a lot of leather and it's very squeaky. So
Zach is
Firestarter's
trying to use my powers as well.
yeah. Well, and this isn't like any specific powers. It's more about overcoming an obstacle. The obstacle is, the chance of being discovered and having to deal with people. So Blastarella, Zip, and Firestarter just kind of melt into the shadows and make their way more or less directly toward the yacht. Reaper and Zap are kind of left a
My
little bit
earring
behind.
gets caught.
I'm freaking out because I'm near water. That's my excuse. Is I'm
Right.
like not in full ready to go mode because I'm terrified.
Yep.
I'm used to wearing a very practical costume,
Yep.
not, something that's going to get caught on something.
So Reaper and Zap are kind of lagging behind and probably
Where the
whispering,
wig falls off. Like, oh god.
"Can I go get it?" Put it back on. And a couple of security guards come around the corner, right as like Zap is trying to get the wig back on, and Reaper comes over and like is straightening it up. So we have a scene where freeze, and then you two turn. Yeah, Zap's head turns, but because Reaper's holding the wig does not turn. So you've got hair in your face. What do you do?
And a fight him.
You first.
Yeah.
So Reaper,
Take orders from you.
right?
Go punch him in the face.
Okay.
It's much better. That is a 10.
All right. On a directly
I'm
engaged
assuming that
attack.
was
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to resist or avoid their blows and create an opportunity for my allies and give Zap a chance to run to the boat.
Okay. So you do some unnecessarily acrobatic, like hop up on his shoulders and start beating him with a stick and then steering him into his other buddy and then kicking off. So they fall into a pile up against one of the buildings.
Yep.
Zap, what do you do?
Fix my wig. So you can see. Did she take them all out?
Oh, I mean, they're still conscious, but it has created an opportunity for you if you would like.
Get to the boat.
Get to
Yeah,
that
I'm not
chopper.
gonna just run away to the boat just in case. Do I have anything on me? Like, did we bring because usually I'm used to having like a utility belt style thing. I
Sure.
don't know if I have that in this
Yeah,
costume.
sure.
Okay.
I think
Just to
we
zip
stocked
tie
up.
these guys. Yeah. Because I just want to keep these guys out of the fight. That way we don't actually hurt them.
Okay. So what are you trying to accomplish?
Just subduing them so we can zip tie their hands.
Cool. I think that is going to be unleash your powers. And I'll give you a +1.
11, so that's 12. I don't think I have minus anything, so
Cool.
yeah, it's 0.
You toss a couple of zap capsules at them. And then they make contact, and it's like a little mini taser, and then these guys, and then you zip tie them together, and then run off. As soon as you run away from that building, you can hear the door slam open and some more security guards coming out. There's an alarm that starts going off.
Just
I think they went that way.
And they're like, "What's going on?" And they hear someone. And then, so yes, you as Firestarter, Zip, and Blastarella are like at the yacht and have just like, oh, the gangplank's down there. Like you're just exploring it. You're totally everything's fine. And then finally, someone says, "I wonder where Zap and Reaper are." And then, as soon as you say that, the alarm goes off. You hear some weapons fire. And then in the distance, like just like pounding up the pier, are Zap and Reaper, followed by a phalanx of guards who are firing, submachine guns and semi-automatic pistols at them, clearly firing into the air and the water.
Once they're out of the way, gonna use my blasters to kind of break the pier behind them so that there's a decent enough gap to stop the security from their pursuit while we wait for them to board.
All right, unleash your powers.
Please don't hit me.
It's fine. You can just borrow my powers.
Yeah. You're
And if I fall in the water, then we're going to have a problem.
I got a 11.
Yeah, for sure. So yes, you destroy the pier, and you destroy the pier past the point where it's anchored. So now the entire last like 50 feet of pier plus the yacht are starting to drift out into the bay.
This is fine.
Yeah.
I assume I'm at the helm waiting
I was
for
like,
the
who
signal
knows how
to
to
go.
drive this? Go.
Well,
drive.
the problem is that creates, it was a very, very, this is probably the first time you've seen Blastarella use her blast. They are very powerful.
Yeah.
And those particular blasts were very powerful. So there is a bit of a wake. And the dock that Zap and Reaper are on begins to kind of rock and roll. It looks, Zap, like Reaper is about to fall into the drink.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm going to try to grab her.
That sounds like a defend to me.
Please don't let me fall in.
Oh, okay, you're good. I got a 5,
Okay,
6. So it's 11. Defend is Savior, which I think my Savior is ridiculous. Yeah, 3. So 14.
Perfect. So Reaper just like and or probably forward. You're just flying forward. You're like, oh no, and then like, but right before you hit the water, you're arrested, and then Zap just pulls you back up.
Thanks.
Get on the boat. Get on the boat.
Yeah, getting on the boat.
I have to like do that thing where it's like, and then like someone throws a rope so we can get on.
So Zap, you have a choice. Would you like to add team to the pool, take influence over someone you protect, or clear a condition?
Team to the pool because I already have influence over Spectre.
If you take influence over her and you already have influence, that enables you to shift her labels. Not saying you have to, just providing an option.
Oh yeah, I'll take one from Savior and put it into Mundane because I had to save her. I'm just kidding. No, I'll just add to the pool.
Okay.
I was looking at that going like, you could just be like,
No, it's all good.
just a normal person afraid of the water.
Right? So cool. So yes. Well, sisters stick up for each other. So yeah. So you and I'm gonna say Zap, I mean you have I think you have more training officially than anybody else. So you know enough to unmoor the yacht from the now free floating dock. So you're unmoored. What do? You hear the thugga 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 of helicopters.
Are they on
We
board?
still got to jump onto the boat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's immaterial.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Go.
you unmoor it, head up, hit the button to retract the gangplank. So you're now free of the dock and everyone is on board.
Any way we could put this engine into overdrive?
Time to punch it.
All right.
I mean, I could try to put it into overdrive. I can hack systems.
Yeah. I mean,
This is a good idea.
Safely.
I mean, I think Tilly is probably in the best position to become a master ship's captain. Just take a look at the
more power.
Right.
We got her.
Yeah. And this is a supervillain yacht, so it already has all kinds of stuff. So you can survey the systems, find a port that you can, plug a hard light connector into. So I would like you to unleash your powers there, Tilly.
Well, gang, it's not looking great. I think I might use a major boon to re-roll one. Cool. We went from 1 to a 2. Let's see.
So many minors.
Yeah, I'll probably use a few because I think we want to just take off here. But I think that baseline gets me up to 7 then. So I'll use 3 minors to make that go up to 10 just
Cool.
for fun.
So yeah. So everyone's like, all right, Tilly hit it. Tilly's like, okay. And then, pushes the thing forward and nothing happens. And so there's a few tense moments, and the security guards have now hopped into Zodiacs and are now rapidly approaching the rear of the boat. And you can even you can kind of hear them going, "Oh, you guys probably ought to go. We're getting real close." They're gonna have to find out. It's like, are we supposed to jump out and pretend how are we gonna deal with this? So they're getting very, very close when Tilly finally realizes it's like, oh, the parking brake is on.
Oppressive fire.
Yeah. So yeah, as you guys are like, oh crap, Tilly pulls off the parking brake, and then tries it again, and then maybe gives it a bit more juice than it's strictly needed. There are so it's a giant, basically a giant catamaran. So the engines fire up and it starts pulling out at good speed, but nothing super special. But because Tilly is in changing the parameters, descending from the bottom of the kind of transverse hull are a couple of rockets. And then you fire them up. So this thing goes blasting out into the Atlantic. It effectively becomes a hydrofoil. The jet wash from the engines just blows all the security guards off the Zodiacs. The Zodiacs themselves are lifted up out of the water and tumble through the air back onto shore. Maybe a little bit more dramatic. And as that happens, a big searchlight from a helicopter comes down and gets some good footage of security guards bobbing in the water. And then the rapidly accelerating supervillain yacht as it disappears off into the Atlantic. It's a foggy night, so it goes into the fog. So,
could I say that when that happened, I decided to act the part. So I ran up to the upper deck and I'm doing a mean guitar solo.
Sure. Electric guitar, of course.
Yeah, obviously electric guitar. And there's some drums at the back for Zap. And even if she doesn't play them, like I can play something to make it sound like she's playing them.
Yeah.
Just so we're like,
Yes.
while we're leaving.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Spectre's over the side of the boat, hurling,
Right.
not having a good time.
You probably don't want to be over the side of the boat. We're going pretty fast.
Right.
Yeah, not great.
See if we can find some life vests.
Get her a
to
life
slip
jacket.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got like 4 of them on. One
Yeah.
on each leg.
Reaper is wrapped in life jackets and is busy feeding the fish.
Yes.
Excellent. So you jet off into the night. Eventually, Tilly figures out how to turn off the burners, and you get back to a slightly more comfortable speed. And of course, it has a very advanced satellite navigation system. It is immaterial to navigate. The good news is, that's good because it's needed. It is a very, very foggy night out of the Atlantic, big swells. And as you get out into the deep oceans, the swells just get deeper and deeper and deeper. What happens?
I want to learn how to play the drums now.
I'm gonna ask Tilly to check the weather because I've been out in the middle of the ocean. You don't get cell reception out there.
Maybe there's cell reception.
I mean, there is close by, but there's a sat phone, of course.
How far are we from our coordinates?
Well, how far do you want to be? You got 500 miles to go.
Take us?
God.
Oh, yeah.
We've got about 500 miles.
Yeah.
I hope this thing was fueled up first.
Yeah, it was. It's fueled up. There's provisions in the galley. He just sets you up. Nothing super fancy. Like they clearly there's a fully stocked bar that is not fully stocked anymore. They're like, teenage girls on a yacht. We're gonna clear all that out.
They give us sodas.
Yeah.
And juice boxes.
Yeah.
And snackle boxes.
And fruit roll-ups.
Soda.
All the junk food.
Oh,
absolutely.
soda, huh? Zap's gonna live it up.
Right.
Carbonation? Wow, that's not on the approved list.
So much sugar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sugar. Suddenly those cosmic brownies look real good.
Zap's gonna be bad and have a Diet Coke.
Isla's having a meltdown because she doesn't do she does only organic.
Oh yeah.
Organic, vegan, gluten-free.
And there's
all that jazz.
probably I mean, maybe not organic, but there's probably stuff that you can eat. It's not like stuff
Fruit.
with nothing
There's
but bacon.
fruit, I'm
yeah.
good.
Yeah, there's fruit.
Yeah. Fruit is fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just not going to be eating those fruit roll-ups.
It's
I'm
FRO.
like, this is the real crime here.
Yeah, it's
This is the real
FROOT,
villainy.
which because they can't actually use the word fruit legally. So it's fruit
so-
roll-ups.
It's like, yeah, with double O.
Like Fruit Loops. It's like,
Yeah.
because it's not actually, it has anything to do with fruit. Cool. So yes, does anything happen in the journey to your destination? Other than there, in fact, is some drama being aboard, so Reaper doesn't have to spend the entire time yerking over the
Reaper
side.
gets some motion sickness pills and then goes and curls up in a bed and just hides until we get
Maybe
there.
we ask what's
Inspector's
up with
door.
Reaper's.
Oh yeah, Reaper.
Is it just normal dislike of water, or
Yeah, a massive aquaphobia.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Hey Reaper, just so you know, there's a pretty bad storm coming, so just be prepared for,
Yeah,
There's
that's
no
fine.
issues
I'm
there.
not. I'm not as sick anymore. Just not gonna look at the water. I'm gonna just stay here. You guys, let me know if you need me, and let me know if
every
you plan.
every room has a fish tank in it?
Every room has
So
the fish
you
tank in
do
it.
see the water moving in the fish tank.
And the floor of every room is glass.
Yeah, just full
like,
on
have
under
you-
blankets. Like,
Have you seen these piranhas have got fake teeth, guys?
Right.
Like these ones aren't piranhas. I think they're koi.
Right. Koi with dentures. Coy in disguise. So Reaper goes and crawls into one of the big circular beds, and of course it has black satin sheets, which is, I'm sure, meant to be very like ooh goth. But they're also very slippery.
Oh no.
So as the boat rolls and stuff like that, you're just sliding from one end to the other.
Hear intermittent screams whenever I fall off the bed and see the glass.
Right, and eventually at some point, there's just a top-down shot of Reaper just sitting there, just like, oh, seriously, as you just slide from corner to corner.
Managed to structure like a perimeter around it so I don't fall out of the bed anymore.
Yes, stack up a bunch of bolster pillows so you don't slide off.
Yep.
What is everyone else doing? Does anything else need to happen on your way to your destination?
I'm wherever Tilly is, so I'm guessing she's at the steering wheel of the boat. So I'm there too. You know, extra set of eyes watching the fog.
I found a captain's hat, except it's black, and I put it on because I'm the captain now.
Yes.
As the kids say.
Yes. Someone takes the time to spray paint the Vice Girls logo on the side of the boat. There was some like pinky spray paint in a cabinet just by accident. So yes. Anything else that needs to happen?
Zap has a tummy ache.
I'm daring Zap to play The Floor is Lava with me, whilst wearing capes made out of black satin sheets.
I'm gonna win.
Floor is lava during a storm with black satin.
Yeah, that makes
what
it
could go wrong?
That makes it even more challenging.
Look, I am hyped up on sugar and ready to go.
Yes.
I'm hyped up on natural sugars from apples and cherries.
You're hyped up on fiber and phytonutrients.
Yeah.
Zap is like caffeine and sugar. It's just like
yeah.
yeah. Zap is acting like they've just eaten an entire box of pixie sticks, but like actually had half of a Coke.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, why don't you both unleash your powers?
We're at a 4.
I got a 9.
Okay, so neither of you is doing great. But Zip is like mostly just like falling on the floor. Because like you'll go to hop up on the couch and then the couch will slide out from underneath you. And no one's getting hurt, but it's very silly.
I tried on my satin cape,
Right.
throttled myself, and fell backwards off of the sofa.
Oh, and everything is silk and satin. It's like you can't, like, even if the boat wasn't rocking, it would be hard to sit in one of these couches because you would just slide off. Someone really favored aesthetic over function for this yacht. But also all the surfaces are padded. So like there's no risk of injury. But you, the main kind of like living area / party room area is just wrecked after probably 30 minutes. There's just like cushions everywhere, chairs and tables overturned. It looks like a hotel room after a rock star.
We look like we've had a fight, but I've just been playing The Floor is Lava.
Yeah, until he walks in and is like, are you guys fighting?
Like, I'm burning! I'm burning! Just on the floor.
If I walk in, I definitely have also either found or made one of a fake smoking pipe and have been saying phrases like, the sea, she's angry tonight, and so on.
Holographic eye patch.
Yeah, sea captain phrases.
Yes.
How do you feel about walking in to see this? You got me.
Are you
Burning.
Is everyone all right? There's no fire here, right?
The floor is lava, Tilly.
No, it is metal. Or no,
Get
it's
off
glass.
of it. It's in your imagination. Quick, jump onto a sofa.
Okay. I'll just create some little stilts.
That's cheating.
And then I'll walk into the sofa and then also fall down because it is still slippery.
Yes.
Do you fall on the sofa or onto the floor?
Listen, if I fall on the floor, that's probably going to be bad for the floor.
I mean, you probably only weigh about 900 pounds,
Who knows?
right?
Okay, you're still
Meanwhile-
safe then. You didn't fall in the lava, unlike me.
Zap is like standing on top of the couch, like, you are my sister, Zip.
Surfing,
Destroy
surfing the
Zip.
couch as it slides from one end of the room to the other. All right, which leaves Blastarella in the cockpit or whatever by herself, and you see a ping on the radar, very close, and the weather outside is indeed frightful. It's raining, but not so bad, but it's very windy, and there's a lot of lightning. Still very foggy and misty. You're basically sailing through the bottom of a thunderstorm, and the cloud cover is all the way down.
Fun.
And then as you look up from the radar, you can see, illuminated by lightning, some massive shape looming toward the ship.
Okay, I am going to alert the others. Guys, there's something on the radar.
How are you
You-
alerting us?
With the ship's communicator.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's
so
the
I'm just
intercom.
checking. I wanted to know if you were coming in the room or if you were.
Absolutely not. There's nobody
If
driving
not,
this thing. Somebody's gonna watch it.
I needed to let you know that the floor was lava. That's all I just need to check.
Don't come in here. The floor is lava.
Yeah, so it's gonna go through essentially the entire ship, you know, and you guys, there's something pinging on the radar. I'm also going to see what I can sense. With my
Yeah,
enhanced
unleash your
senses.
powers.
All right. Move, soda can. That would be a 10.
Okay. So while
And
you
that's a freak, so it would technically be a 9.
okay, we have lots of minor boons. If you want to spend one, you don't have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend one and make that a 10, a solid 10.
All right. So you can go ahead. I'll tell you go ahead and decide the questions that you want to ask. I can tell you what you pick up.
Basic moves. Let's see.
Oh, never mind. It's we did unleash your powers, so it's a hit.
Yeah.
You don't have to. So yeah, you are extending your senses. I'll just tell you what you pick up. You smell jungle,
Okay.
which is weird because this is like the Atlantic, and you're pretty
Yeah.
you're pretty far north elevation, but you smell like tropical jungle. And with your enhanced hearing, you hear all sorts of like hoots and cries and caws and some somewhat disturbing sounds of very large things crashing and thrashing.
Okay, and this is on top of the ongoing thunderstorm
Yes,
as well.
yes. This is you like zoning into your extremely attuned
Okay.
senses, and over the crash of waves and the booming of the swells and the kind of attenuated I'm burning, the floor is lava. You're picking up sounds that would be more akin to a jungle island. A big swell comes, and you have to kind of hold on to the railing as the front of the boat rises up and kind of crashes down into the waves. This is enough to just flat bounce Reaper out of the bed, and you kind of splat against the glass floor. And below you can see what looks to be some sort of coral reef. Now it's dark outside, but the reef is illuminated by its own light.
Yeah.
There's some sort of bioluminescent, sea fire, the little small bioluminescent that create that kind of bluish glow. There's a lot of that in the water, and like the the various different sponges and coral fans also have some bioluminescence, and you can see. Now, you're no marine biologist, Reaper, but you see just a profusion of life. Crab and lobster-like things, fish and eel and weird cephalopod style stuff, but you don't recognize any of them.
I'm gonna, while I'm upstairs, I'm gonna find the lever that says brake
Yeah,
and slow us to a stop.
yeah. You can easily move back into the bridge and pull the engines down.
Yep.
Reaper, a school of, you think they're fish by the way they're swimming. And they're in kind of like shades of green and gold edging to blue, and they zip past. And then they zip past again very, very fast. There's probably 50 of them. And then it looks like they're doing a circle kind of around the ship and moving a little bit more slowly until eventually they come directly underneath where you are. And then their little bodies open. And they're clearly like kind of like half octopus, half starfish. It's like they can fold themselves into a fish-like shape to swim, but then they stop themselves. And this little ring of eyes in the center of their body kind of look up at you, and then they kind of closer to the surface. And they're still having to swim to kind of keep up with the drifting of the boat, but they are very clearly can see you and are very interested.
Guys, there's a freaky starfish octopus thing looking at me.
I mean, they're no bigger than like a dessert plate. They're not huge.
Okay,
But there's a lot of
them. Creepy. Yeah, still creepy. Don't like it. Help. Somebody else come look at this.
I think that food was poison. My tummy hurts.
Oh, right, because you have had sugar before. You're like, oh no.
Good first impression.
I'm freaked out by fish and our other friend's tummy hurts. Are we by land? Can we get off the boat? Can I not be in the water anymore?
Pretty sure I'm dying.
All right, I'm gonna leave
Survive.
Zip to deal with Zap. I'm gonna go find Reaper.
Yep.
And be all like, yeah. Hello, I'm the captain. What seems to be the problem?
Hey, Firestarter, my teammate.
Captain? Captain?
Captain teammate, point to the thing that is the enemy. Like, yeah, those that
Those belong to.
Looked at her funny.
Well, they do have a lot of eyes to look at her funny with. Those probably belong to the. Sorry, what's the guy that we're going to go see?
Well, you don't know yet. The characters know, but the players know. But
oh
no, yeah, that's right.
No,
you have yes. Blaster is briefed. You know the name Dr. Darwin.
These probably belong to Dr. Darwin. We were sent an exploding bird, so it's likely he does things to other animals.
Maybe.
Yes. We're almost here. If you would like to head back up, and I'm going to hold out a hand to balance you with as we wander down probably the.
Thank God you're super durable, because I'm just like squeezing the whole way up. Probably got like wrapped myself around your arm, just holding onto it the whole way up.
Yes. And Tilly, your familiarity with the systems realize that there's like a speedboat that is built into the lower forward hull of the catamaran. So there's a place just aft of the bridge, the top deck, where you can actually go in and like actually climb down into it and then hit a release button, and there's a like a rocket eject. It's extraordinarily complicated and unnecessary, but super villain.
Yeah. So that's our little ship. So I'll go to the bridge and meet up with Blaster Elven, and then take over the comm system and say, "We are docking at the supervillain island. If you would all please come to the bridge so we can debark on our cool
Speedboat.
speedboat that has a rocket on it. See you, Captain out."
And then you can do the ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. So everyone comes up. A couple
I
of
made Zappa peppermint tea, by the way.
okay, yeah. Everyone comes up, and a few of your party members looking a little bit green around the gills. And you climb down a tube, and it's all like red lit, into what just seems like an enclosed capsule. And this thing does have submarine capabilities, by the way. And you seal the hatch above you. Tilly, of course, muscles her way forward and moves Blastarella out of the captain's chair, sits down, interfaces, and then reaches up and pulls a lever. And you can feel yourselves free fall for just like a second, like your stomach kind of comes up as the clamps that hold this thing are released. But before it can fully hit the water, there's a massive acceleration as the rockets kick in. And of course, I mean, you thought to drop anchor on the yacht itself. But you are blasted out. It's probably like 50 feet past the yacht before you even hit the water. And you just blast straight through a massive wave. And this panoramic canopy that covers the top of this cigarette boat is, because you spend a few seconds underwater, you can just see the oceans teeming with weird life. Some of which are like really large. Like you can see some like massive flipper just kind of like dodge out of the way as you cut through the wave. And then there's a little bit of a skip hop, and is just Tilly is quick enough to pull back on the thrusters, but you have enough momentum that you skip like a rock all the way toward the shore into a lagoon, and then kind of pop in a couple of bounces onto the sandy shore. And then
I bust out.
We've arrived.
As soon as it's open enough for me to get
River
out.
just steps on everyone else, crawls out and starts kissing the
Crawling
ground.
like rolling in the sand, like, thank God.
Yes. You roll in this.
A smooth ride.
I'm going to set down the captain's hat inside the speedboat.
Yes.
I'm no longer the captain.
Demanifest your pipe. Your eye patch goes away.
Yeah.
You step out. And there before you is this island that is not marked on any geological surveys, by the way. It is possible to do that, but it takes a lot of money and influence to hide an island.
Dibs on naming it.
Well, in a flash of lightning, you see the peak of the mountain that forms the center of this island resembles a skull. It's probably Skull Island. But then
So
again,
classic villain name. Classic.
Like, such
Could
on
be.
the nose.
Could be Deadlock Island.
Definitely
be.
is.
could be.
Definitely Skull Island.
And as we see, we pull back and we see the team looking up, and then the lightning flashing and the kind of ominous skull. It has waterfalls coming out the eyes and out the mouth, kind of rolling down into what's probably a big pool or lagoon in the center of the island. And then there's a kind of honking, trumpeting noise that just reverberates the air. And you can see the big swaying palm trees part as something massive moves in your direction. And then the little circle closes. Stay tuned for next time. But you made it to the island. That's good.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay.
Cool. All right. Well, that is the second of 3 chapters for the fourth issue of Teen Justice Academy, our Masks a New Generation TTRPG actual play continuing series. Hey, let's do the thing that we always do, which is let people know who you are and where they can find you next. This time, let's start with SJ.
Cool. Hi, I'm SJ or SJ underscore sidekick. I do not stream, but I'm here a lot, either playing or running games.
Awesome. Yo, Zodi.
Are we doing the end of session
Oh
thing?
yeah, we should do the end
yeah.
of session with that. I forgot.
Right,
I always
right.
forget.
So-
So Deadlock. Did Deadlock grow closer to the team, further away from the team, or more into Deadlock's image of himself?
Closer, but where is the end of this thing?
Yeah. So if you go
Oh, there we go.
closer,
Okay.
you explain who made you feel welcome, give influence to the character, and clear a condition or mark potential. Grow into your own image. You explain why how you see yourself and why, and then shift a label up and one down, and then grow away from. Explain why you feel attached. Take influence away from. Take influence over you away from another character.
I don't think I grew further from the team.
That wouldn't have been possible.
Yeah, right. And I don't want to say grow into your own image of yourself, because while I'm trying to break away from impact, I'm also pretending to be some other villain here, so I'm not really kind of realizing myself yet. So I guess grow closer to the team, but who made me feel welcome?
If I might suggest, it's either going to be Spectre because of the conversation you had with Impasse, or it's going to be Tilly because you basically
She pierced
just
your ear.
jumped.
Yeah, okay, I would say
You
Tilly.
go down.
The reason I won't
Yeah.
say Spectre is because the fact Impact said it is the problem why it's like she's hung up like, I'm not gonna be your sister because you told me to, like, because you said we're sisters, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, we'll go Tilly.
And then clear a condition or mark potential. Awesome.
And since you already have influence over Tilder, you can shift my labels.
Yes.
Wait, isn't it you get influence over me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I get
You
influence
could
over
give
you.
you could give Tilly influence
But I
over
think-
you,
Tilly already has.
I already have influence on you.
which would allow
You
which would
would
allow
shift labels.
Tilly to shift your labels.
Cool.
So your choice.
I'm gonna bring down superior and bring up mundane because you got real with me.
Got
Did I
that?
do that right?
Got that, Deadlock?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep, got it.
Awesome. All right, Zodi. Who are you? Where can people see you? And did Fade get closer to, further away from, or more into her image of herself?
I'm the original Zodi. You can find me here playing masks, or you can attempt to find me in Final Fantasy XIV, which is where I spend my not mask playing hours and stuff. As for how Fade did, I'm going to say she definitely grew closer to the team. After the little pep talk from Resonance. And then just team exercises here, doing all of the team things. But yeah, it was definitely Resonance who helped put her in that mindset of hey, you can't do this by yourself. So let us work together, sort of thing, and stop making it all about you. Which is something she's going to struggle with in over time. Yes, hello, tiny human. So this is my tiny human. I made this. And I think let me see. She already has influence over me.
I don't. I just typed it in.
Okay. So, yeah, she has that. Definitely got the influence in. So I guess that would be that. I don't know.
Yep. Cool.
There we go.
Awesome.
Over to Rachie.
Hello, I'm Rachie H. Haven't streamed in a while. Hopefully, will be soon. So if you could go and give me a follow so you get a notification of when I go live, that'd be amazing. And also, you can find all my socials there, and you can join my Discord, which also, when I eventually go live, that'll tell you. Hello, little person. I would say Resonance felt closer to the team. I will give my influence of that to Spectre, who already has influence over me, because I would say I was already starting to be close to Devon and Tilly. Fade and I had a little conversation, but it was more me talking to them than them talking to me. So I think the fact that Spectre and I basically made amends would make me feel closer to the team.
Yeah, and Spectre, did you already have influence over Resonance?
Yes. So you can switch my labels.
Yeah. So how does that conversation and the events of this chapter change the way you view Resonance?
I think that I see Resonance as like the most reasonable and empathetic person on the team, because every time I've gotten to her with something, like, she's really good at putting herself in other people's shoes. So I think that mundane goes up and I think her superior goes down.
Oh, God damn it. I took stage fighting last time so that I could use my superior for fighting. it was 3. It's fine. SJ moved it down last week. You've moved it down this week. It's fine. That's the character. That's how it
but
goes.
also alternatively, if what you're saying is that you find her more relatable. Like you have much more in common with her. Alternatively, you could move Freak down. Because Freak is about different. Freak is more about differentness than Superior is. Just putting it, you don't have to change anything.
Just because I see her as more down to earth than maybe
less of a celebrity ego-y person that you did when you first met me, type of thing. I think that completely makes sense. I'm just being like, I
came in idolizing Resonance and Deadlock, and now they're a lot more down to earth to me. So I think that's why that translates as such.
Cool.
All right. It's me. So I'm Misha, or Misha_lesson3 here on Twitch, or at Misha Weha on Twitter, which is Misha with a WEHA at the end. Let's see. I guess you'll see me here next week when we continue this. And in theory, there's a few other things cooking up in the works, but nothing's scheduled yet. We got to keep the mass game quota high on this channel, I guess. So for the end of session thing, I would say it grew closer to the team. Like, we're all having a sleepover. It's very fun. We thought we'd never see it again. Also, I'm still like, I don't know what was happening. So I think I would give the influence to Deadlock, since, Deadlock opened up and I'm like, oh, this has never happened. Also, I'm learning things. So many things that I missed last time I was not here for the very important field trip. So then I don't have any conditions, so I'll mark potential for that. And then I think you already have influence over me. So if you would like to shift my labels.
Okay,
Deadlock.
We'll take you from mundane -1 to 0. And then
I'm practically a normal human.
Just an alien robot.
A normal sea captain.
I'll take danger away.
So my scores are getting more and more balanced. I'm about as neutral as we get now.
You got to take the all my advancements. I prioritized the labels first.
I noticed you did, because you have so many
7
points.
Yeah, you have 3. I have 7.
Hey, Frank.
I'm I'm waiting for the time where I actually need to burn influence, like cancel someone's influence over me, and or when something happens and I want to rearrange all the labels, but nothing dramatic has happened yet. I think I need to get beat up.
Yeah, I
To
did
be
the same
fair-
as USJ. I did the 2+1s first.
Yeah, that's one of mine was it lets me add +2 to one of my mentor bodies, so I took that one early.
Yeah. All right. That is it for me. Go up to Tough.
Right, cool. I am 98 Uplover, tough for Torfulton or some other variety of nickname. I'm also a variety streamer on Twitch. I play lots of different games. Sometimes I run games like this. Unfathomable will be coming back at some point. And then you can catch me on Saturday. Hopefully, fingers crossed it works out this time. We're going to be doing Pandora's Box over on Sin's channel, where I will be playing Reaper again, but a different character. And then I'll be back here next Sunday for more masks. And it's going to be really confusing because now I have two characters that are voting by Reaper. Thanks, Sin. And I think that Spectre also grew closer to the team, and I think she grew closer to Resonance. Just having Resonance be able to put herself in Spectre's shoes and kind of articulate that was real nice. So Resonance will get influence over me.
I
and
already
then-
have it more.
Ooh. Shift them labels.
Do you?
I have.
No.
Oh, do I
No,
not?
I have
No, I don't
influence
think you
over
do.
Why?
I think-
Oh, Ash.
Yeah.
I was like, I've got. Okay, that's fine.
Resonance
Yeah.
has collected the full set. She's
I've
got the full
everybody
set.
now.
Excellent.
Yay!
Yeah,
everyone
Let's the
except for
shinies.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna mark my last potential, and I'll
Ooh,
do that.
beautiful.
So
Awesome. Cool. Yes. And I'm 0 Daylight, narrator, keeper, master of ceremonies, whatever. You can catch me here, yeah, I don't know, 1 or 2 times a week, running or playing games like this. So like mostly not D&D, but TTRPGs that tend to be a little bit more narrative and character and story focused, with some action, but not that don't get bogged down in things like hit points and ACs and, you know, spell descriptions and all that kind of crunch. The next upcoming, I think on the schedule formally, next upcoming is the third and concluding part of this issue of Teen Justice Academy. We don't have the firm dates yet for issue 5, but we will be doing issue 5 with our lovely Tough running, and I will get a chance to play yet again, have a wonderful, totally not Chaos Goblin character plan for that one. And then just as soon as we can get it on the schedule, which is really any time, we will be doing Fate Brigade. So this is another Masks series that is set in the same world, but it is much more inspired by like Doom Patrol and Umbrella Academy and Suicide Squad. So much more. I mean, you think these folks are misfits. Wait until you meet the set of characters for Fate Brigade. And Misha will be running that one. So there's a lot more masks to come on this channel and others. And then coming up first and second week in August is an Alien 2-parter run by our friend Grognard. And of course, I mean, it's Alien, so it's going to be much less silly and much more like face huggery than, you know, in space, no one can hear you scream kind of stuff than most of the common fare. I haven't decided whether that one's going to go into the horror or the sci-fi theme on the YouTube channel, cpluscontent.tv. If you do not subscribe to our YouTube channel, go over there now, cpluscontent.tv or youtube.com/cpluscontent. They both resolve in the same place. Hit that subscribe button. It is free. And go ahead and hit the alert bell so you can be notified when there is new content there, which typically is about 24 hours after it's broadcast live here, unless YouTube is being weird. And it sometimes is weird. But there's so many hours. And the good news is, if this was your first, or if you aren't completely caught up on the shenanigans of the Teen Justice Academy, you now have a full week to go back and watch the 9 previous episodes, which is only like somewhere between 35 and 40 hours. So consider it a full-time job between now and next week, and you'll be all caught up. And then next week we'll figure out how you escape from Skull Island. Or maybe you just decide to live there. It's a lovely place if you're a giant mutated animal. Cool. Well, awesome. I was hoping that by the time we ended that Juice would be on, but he is not. So I think everyone here knows Juice and we'll probably go hang out with him. So in the meantime, why don't we go hang out with Punk in the Band, who is playing Minecraft? So a nice, like, relaxed thing. She's a friend of Meg's, I think. Oh, no. This is someone that that Juice rated for one of the Captain TV big streams. So I think it'll be nice to go and hang out with her and share her some love. So let's go say hi. If I can remember how to raid. I only do it twice a week. And then keep your eyes on the sidebar on Twitch because Juice will probably go live somewhere in the next, 30 minutes to an hour or so. But until then, enjoy Punk in the Band. Make sure that I got that right. Yep. Follower only chat, but that's fine. Throw her a follow. Follows are free. Cool. And we will see you all same time, same channel next week. Bye, everybody.